All right, here we are. We are live.
Yep.
Woohoo.
You know TikTok took his videos away. TikTok.
Jeremiah?
Yep, he's banned of TikTok now.
He's banned from TikTok?
Yep. Yep. Because I had 12 video, banned. 10 minutes spin it and banned. Yep.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It's not about the daughter video.
He's an idiot. I'm sorry.
You know what's funny?
It even
One of the
says in
guys
the guidelines for YouTube, you cannot put other pet platforms on there.
you
And
know,
all
he
he
told the
does is
people,
post his damn TikTok bullshit.
he's I hate when people post my daughter in a video and one of the YouTubers said, hey, wait a minute. Also, it's okay for you to post your daughter in the video and it's not okay for us to do the same thing?
Yeah.
He said, you doing the same thing, and it was arguing. He fucking blocked he blocked the other guy. You know,
Mm-hmm.
every time he blocks somebody, he knows he's wrong.
I know.
Why doesn't he's turning down? Explain me why?
That is $1 million question.
Does he have family working YouTube? Does he have friends working YouTube?
Oh, if I know. Unless he's works with the cops, I don't know.
Hey YouTube, I'm telling you this something. Ban ban his ban his
No,
website
don't say anything like that. Suffer.
ever. I report his website 10 times.
I
Nothing to
know.
do.
A lot of people have. A lot of people have reported him, and nothing has happened.
I know, Stu. I know. Let's change the subject. I'm tired of him. Give me a headache.
Hey, Fur, you have any ideas of what you want us to do tonight for the live? He has to work later on, so can't stay on very long. But
Uh, um, Nature Fighter is in Texas now.
hey, Sonia,
Hey, what's up? You know,
how about
I'm upset with Chimanga and Riverside. Don't even don't even tell
how,
me to go to Vegas.
how about Sonia? Do you have any ideas of what do you want to do? Play any videos? Have have Greg sing some more karaoke. Any
I'm gonna be
gossip you want
naked.
to talk about?
Me be naked.
No, no. That'll get your channel shut down.
No, it won't.
If you got naked on there, yeah, it would.
Maybe maybe I'm gonna put
I know you were just joking, but
I'm gonna put a bikini on it. Bikini. Yeah, I'll be freaking if we put bikini on, I will have freaking like 400 people coming in, huh?
hey, Miss Bees.
Yeah, Miss B.
Hey, Greg, do you have access to your phone?
Yeah, I do.
Sonia comes in here all the time. She's not a troll. Maybe you should make her a standard mod.
She just said the mod.
No, she's not. Not Sonia.
Oh, she's not?
No.
I thought she was.
Uh-uh.
Oh, I'm bad. Give me 1 second.
It's not your fault. You thought she was.
Oh, that's why, because your girl told me that.
Yeah, because you can't do it through StreamYard. That's one of the bad things about it.
Okay, let me go to my live. You channel. Da, 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 da.
Dude, you should make a bunch of shorts of you just, humming. You love to do that.
Okay. Let me see. Click on here. Man as a M. Okay. Standard. Okay. So now you in.
Sweet.
Where is Riverside and Sabanga? You tell him I'm mad at them because they invited me for Vegas.
Because they did what?
They go Vegas. They go Las Vegas. And I told them, invited me. Oh, can we win? They would do. When I come back, I'm going to spend with them.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine? Go Vegas to them?
I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I'm nice. Thank you.
Trying to think.
And Miss B want me to sing? Yeah, let's play karaoke. Yeah, karaoke song. Mm,
I have something that I could play.
what?
Well, I have to find it first because I'm not subscribed to them.
Mm.
But oh, I can't find it. Crap. I'm sorry. It's when
Let's
uh, it's when
let's.
Jeremiah got punched.
Huh.
Let's see if there's
Yeah,
anybody
let's.
live right now.
Who? Jeremiah?
Uh-huh.
He's not live.
No, he's not. I was looking for a video that was
Mm.
here. Second.
He only saw the videos if you're a member. You have to join the member to saw the videos.
Yeah, he blocks his own members.
Yeah. You know why he does that?
He doesn't want anybody asking any questions.
Exactly.
He wonders why there's so many people against him. Oh, yeah,
Huh?
it's the trolls that did it. No, you did it to yourself, dumbass.
He's acting like a troll. You know that.
Oh, I know that.
You know that ever since I played ever since I played the trash pass video, all the funny toys are playing after that. Do you notice
Oh,
that?
I think I know where. Hold on, let's see if I
Did you notice that?
do what?
Remember the trash pass video I played? The
Yeah.
the time? All the trolls followed it. You know? They played the same video on the live, you know?
Try to see all. I'm so used to using my phone. I added some stuff on here that we can watch for later on.
You know what? You know what? You know what? Nation. He had a couple of video all about child abuse.
Yeah.
I played on my cell phone, but it wasn't that good picture at all. You know. But
How
but the
about
video was
okay, here's some things I have uh when a suspect doesn't realize he's being filmed, interrogation of an evil oh here, hold on one second. Let me share screen. There you go. It's like this one right here. When a suspect doesn't realize he's being filmed, the interrogation of an evil child. Another one when a killer doesn't realize he's being filmed. And then there's a small one. Only like 2 minutes and 40 body footage camera of an officer shooting and killing.
get the one first.
Which one?
The one with that.
This one?
No, the next one.
I can't see
Yeah.
you right now.
Yeah, this one. Yeah. Yeah.
You want this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you a YouTuber? Get subscribers every month with AI. Growing your YouTube.
When two young men suspect a member of their own circle may be their friend's killer, they collaborate with law enforcement and go undercover to capture secret recordings.
Why did he say that? Why did he say he just wanted to talk to me? What the? What the? Oh my God! Oh, what you got? Leave your hands out of the vehicle.
Beloved cheerleader Emma Walker was just a few months into her junior year at Central High School in Knoxville, Tennessee, when her life met a tragically abrupt end. Initially, it seemed it was some sort of terrible accident. There was no other way to explain it. However, investigators would soon untangle a twisted web of lies and uncover the horrific reality. Someone had wanted Emma dead. Growing up, Emma's ultimate dream was to become a neonatal ICU nurse someday, and the honors student was putting in the necessary effort to ensure she'd get there. She was making the most of high school, and her innate ability to
This already makes me mad. That's the name of my cat, Emma.
Oh.
excel in her endeavors was also exhibited in her role on the cheerleading squad. Her third year had just gotten underway, and she was loving it. Then, the morning of Monday, November 21st, arrived. Like she'd done so many times before, Jill went to her daughter's room to wake Emma for school around 6 o'clock. Right away, it was apparent that something was terribly wrong.
I just tried to wake up my daughter for school, and she has no pulse.
How old is she?
She's 16.
You said that she's non-responsive.
Yeah, her tongue's hanging out of her mouth.
Stay on the line. I'm transferring you to rural Metro.
Word of the mysterious tragedy spread quickly. Among those hit particularly hard by the devastating news of Emma's death was her boyfriend of 2 years, Riley Gall. The two had first met in the fall of Emma's freshman year at Central High. She was the only freshman to secure a spot on the cheerleading squad. It was right around then that Emma caught the attention of junior and star wide receiver Riley Gall. It came as no surprise that the two were soon inseparable. A steady stream of posts with photos saturated their social media feeds, documenting the fun times they shared. There were collages such as the one that read, "Look how lucky I am," posted by Emma in May of 2016. By the time that fall of 2016 rolled around, Emma and Riley were 2 years into their relationship. Emma, now a junior, remained a dedicated member of the cheerleading squad at Central High. Though Riley had graduated that previous spring, he stayed close to his hometown and was attending Maryville College, where he quickly made a name for himself as a wide receiver on the football team. Then, just a few months into the new school year, young Emma was gone. As routine procedure goes, the Knox County Sheriff's Office immediately began speaking with those closest to Emma. Riley was brought in that evening on the outside chance that he might be able to aid in the investigation. Based on a tweet from earlier that day, he was very distraught, and understandably so. "That's my beautiful Emma. Rest easy now, sweetheart," it read. And it just so happens, word has gotten back to law enforcement that Riley has some particularly eerie information to share. Apparently, Emma had been receiving threatening text messages from an unknown source during the course of the previous weekend. The detectives start with brief introductions, then get a technical matter out of the way. The following footage has been analyzed by a qualified team, including a licensed attorney, a licensed clinical psychologist, a former licensed professional counselor, and a licensed professional counselor.
Before we get started, I understand you're not under arrest right now. You came down on your free with your granddad and your mom, but because you're in a secure area, I have to read you your rights, okay? Because basically, if you're in a position that you can't get up and leave and get out on your own, they technically look at that in court as being in custody. But understand you're not in custody. I've not put handcuffs on you. I've not told you you've been charged with anything, like just a film.
After Riley has read his rights, they engage him in a bit of small talk and efforts to build rapport, establish a baseline, and make him feel comfortable.
While we're waiting on him, tell me a little bit about yourself. I know obviously you played football at Maryville College. I'm assuming you played football in high school.
Yes.
What position?
Wide receiver, cornerback, punt returner, kick returner, punter.
Must be pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, you kicked Hall's butt all over the place last year, so that's been your senior year, right? Yeah, it's always painful to lose to you guys. Good luck. Hang in there and stay at it, work at it.
A few minutes later, the detectives dive into the true reason for the meeting. They ask Riley to provide a timeline of his whereabouts over the previous weekend.
Let's start with Friday. What, do you have classes during the day?
Wednesday, Friday, I have an 8 a.m. and a 9 a.m. And Tuesday, Thursday, I have a 6 a.m. and an 11 a.m. And then the other class on Monday, Wednesday, Friday is a 1 p.m.
Wow. You're still pretty busy, don't you? Let's start with Friday. You get out of class at 1 p.m. What happens from there?
Riley explains that he headed to his grandparents' home that evening, then went to his friend Noah's home shortly after, where he spent the night. Then, according to Riley, his seemingly normal morning took a chilling turn, and it all started with a message from Emma.
And she was kind of acting frantic over the phone, and she said that someone was trying to get into her house. Somebody was dressed in all black. They had a face mask on. She said that she saw them. She said she thought they were just taking a walk in the neighborhood, and then when she passed them to pull into her driveway, they put on a pair of glasses, and they started, she said they kind of sped up, so she went into the garage and shut the garage, and that's when I dropped all the stuff I was at my stepdad's house and drove all the way to her neighborhood.
Did you say she texted you that information?
She texted me she was asking if it was me at first, and I told her no, what's going on, and then when she FaceTime called me, she was crying and freaking out, so I said, okay, give me a minute, I'll come down there and check it out.
They say money can't buy happiness. Look at that.
You made a great video, but what if no one watches it? Too few subscribers.
Riley raced to Emma's home, and approximately 10 minutes later, he arrived.
I went to her backyard, made sure, nobody was back there, checked under the porch and everything. Mm-hmm. Looked up and down the street.
But by that time, the would-be intruder was gone. Still, a residential surveillance camera captured a few seconds of footage as the man walked down the street. Riley returned to Noah's house somewhere around 8 p.m. and stayed the night once again.
Time do you leave and where do you go Sunday morning?
I don't know what time I woke up, but when I woke up, I went back to my grandparents and then went back over to Noah's house. And I got back to campus around 11:30, 11:45.
Naturally, the college freshman had left his homework until somewhere around midnight Monday morning.
I got back up to my dorm and I tried logging in onto my Miracle College email, but I realized I couldn't because I was logged in on my my grandmother's laptop back in Knoxville, and it was late, almost 12:30, 12:15 or 12:30 around there. So I didn't think they were awake, so I drove back to Knoxville because I needed to do my homework. And I logged myself out of laptop at my grandparents' house. My grandfather was awake though. He saw me log out of laptop, and from there I left.
It's intriguing that Riley felt the need to emphasize how his grandfather saw him log out of the laptop, almost as if he's expecting that the detectives will think he's lying about why he went home.
He saw me log out of laptop.
When someone who's being questioned acts defensive before they have even been accused of something, it can be seen by law enforcement as a possible sign of deception.
I ended up not doing any of my homework. Instead, I got back to campus around 1 a.m. and just sat in my car for about 2.5 hours, and just slept. 4:30, I fell asleep. Around then, and that's when I woke up to people calling me about what had happened. Well, first he had texted me, and he was like, "Hey man, I'm sorry about what happened." So I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he called me after that, and he said, "Did you not hear what happened?" I said, "No, what are you talking about?" And he said, "They found him dead in her bed this morning," or unresponsive is what he told me. And that's when I started freaking out, having a breakdown. So my parents, or my mom and my grandmother, were coming out to campus to get me. They probably got there around 9-ish, 9:30, somewhere around there.
As soon as he starts talking about being told about Emma's death, Riley starts stroking his face. This is a self-soothing behavior indicative of heightened anxiety. This could be because the topic is distressing for him, which would be understandable, or a hint that maybe something else about the topic makes him nervous. Although some dismiss nonverbal analysis as pseudoscience, and whether or not the viewer agrees with it, it is used by the FBI, CIA, and police during interrogations, which is why we include it. When the CIA is interrogating an
Oh, that's Indiana. Huh. What happened?
There we go. I was having issues with my StreamYard, so I'm sorry about that, buddy.
Oh, that's okay. Happened to me.
And what the heck? I'm gonna have to find that video again.
Hey, Ado, Indiana have a girlfriend, the goat.
Oh yeah, you want to keep on going with the goat, huh?
and what
Did I say that short video?
rather than indicators of deception. It's extremely important to note that you cannot detect deception through nonverbal analysis alone.
Okay. So then once your grandparents got you and you went back to their house?
My mom and my grandmother did.
Yeah. Is that they came got you and that's where you went? Back to grandparents?
I spent all day at my grandparents' house today.
Until
now.
Gotcha.
After a comprehensive run-through of Riley's previous weekend, the detectives transition to the sensitive subject of his longtime girlfriend's unexpected death. Perhaps Riley can provide something for law enforcement to go on. A detail that may seem insignificant to him may be the very information needed to crack the case.
Tell me what you know about Emma's passing. I know there's been all kinds of rumors and speculation. What have you heard?
I've tried to tune all of it out because I've heard so many different things. I've heard she just passed in her sleep. I heard she tried to commit. I heard a stray bullet came to the wall, but that made no sense to me because it's her room. If a stray bullet hit the wall, it would have to be from the backyard because that's where her window is. I don't know. That one didn't make sense to me, but those are the main three.
Who have you talked to? Where have you heard these rumors about passing in her sleep and all that stuff?
I've had a bunch of my friends visit me today at my grandparents' house, and they would just tell me different stuff that they've heard from different people.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
What if there was an automated software that could make passive income for you? You've probably heard about chat.
Riley has been fidgeting and spinning his seat throughout the interview so far. But as soon as the detectives start asking about Emma's death and the rumors surrounding it, he also begins picking at his fingers, which is typically an anxiety response.
Okay. Do you remember who told you the stray bullet?
Yeah, it was actually about an hour ago when he showed up. His name's Jacob.
How do you know Jacob?
We've been friends since 2nd grade.
Did he say where he heard the stray bullet theory?
No, he said it was the same thing, like hearsay. He said he probably said that didn't sound right to him either, but...
Horrifyingly so, it seems that the detectives are beginning to consider that the killer could be hiding in plain sight, disguised as a grieving friend. Perhaps they even paid Riley a visit in an attempt to avoid suspicion, simply playing the part of another young mourner expressing condolences to the longtime boyfriend of the deceased. Detectives have collected potential leads in Riley's visitors from earlier that day, and with this, the entire trajectory of the investigation has drastically changed.
Can you think of anyone that would want to hurt Emma?
Not off the top of my head, no. Because, I mean,
She had any enemies?
No. She had no enemies that would want to hurt her. I mean, she had high school drama enemies, but, like, there's girls she didn't like, but none that would do that.
She kind of got along with everybody. I mean, I don't know.
She was very likable. She was friends with most anybody that she talked to.
The last time you talked to her, you said was Sunday?
Sunday night.
Did she make any comments about anybody being mad at her or upset at her or anybody wanting to hurt her?
No, but the only thing that I thought of was whoever the person was at her house Saturday morning. That's the first thing I thought of when I heard that she had passed this morning.
Then, a completely unexpected revelation is brought to light, and it changes everything.
You got people that are mad at you, that are trying to hurt you or anything?
I don't know.
And nobody tried to kidnap you or
kidnap me?
Yeah.
Repeating the question can be a red flag to detectives. It could mean that the person being interviewed needs time to think about their response. A deceptive individual likely wants to prevent awkward silences after a question, as that could seem suspicious. However, if they need a moment to consider what they should say, they might repeat the question to fill that conversation gap.
What's it about?
I didn't want to. I'm sorry, I just didn't want to talk about it because it was traumatizing. I didn't know what to make of it.
And that's pretty important for us to probably know. I mean, somebody's not getting it.
But I don't know, like, I don't know anything about it.
Notice the weak movement Riley makes here. It's a half-hearted shrug and his hands barely raise. Throughout, his illustrators have been minimal. We don't have anything of him before the interview to really compare to, but it's an atypical behavior for people in general to have such weak nonverbals. Illustrators help people make points while they speak. In contrast, restrained gesturing is believed to be a telltale sign of deception.
When did this alleged kidnapping take place?
Friday.
This past Friday?
Mm-hmm.
When did that happen?
Sometime night. I just don't know. I don't remember much about it. I just remember two guys. Literally, I was Friday night before I got to Noah's. Went up to my stepdad's house. and I pulled in the driveway, and this van pulled over across in the semicircle, and these two guys were like walking across the street. I didn't think anything of it because they weren't like in a rush. And I turned around, I'm about to get in my car, and next thing I know, one of them grabs my back, and the other one's around the corner, and they just like put their hands over my face and just took me to their van or whatever.
Finally, we see Riley use larger nonverbal indicators. His palms are up, in a position usually indicating that he's asking to be believed or trying to be convincing. But they don't fit with his words. His hands just sit there for quite a long time, with no words to go along with it.
I don't remember much. They just had me, I couldn't see anything. They had something over my eyes. I haven't told my mom or anybody about this.
Oh, really?
No.
Why not?
Terrified.
So, I mean, you ain't got any money?
No.
You gambling days? You gamble? So these guys just randomly picked you out for no reason?
I guess.
Riley's account sounds a bit questionable, especially because he doesn't give a clear reason as to why he can't remember much of it. He's also left out any mention of his feelings during the event, and only mentions being terrified to justify why he hasn't told his mom about it. Most people who are telling the truth about something major, such as being kidnapped, will express what their emotions were at the time. This is because their emotions are tied to the memory of the traumatic event. When someone leaves these details out, it can be a red flag for possible deception. But the question is, what could he be leaving out? That same night, Emma had attended a gathering at a friend's home after the football game. It was somewhere around 11:30 p.m. when she began receiving alarming text messages from an unfamiliar phone number.
Epidemic Sound provides you with restriction-free music and sound effects that you can use across all of your content without having to worry about it getting taken down or muted. It's designed for creators so that you can save time and really find the songs that you're looking for really quickly and efficiently. It doesn't really matter if you're a video creator or if you create videos for clients, you can actually just pick whichever license works for you. This resource is going to help all content creators, regardless of what platform you're on, but also...
They did ask me, they were like, who would you want to talk to for the last time? And so I started freaking out, and I said, Emma.
Text messages instructed Emma to go outside. They stated that they had her loved one in their possession, and if she didn't comply with their demands, he'd be hurt.
And they made me call Emma. She wouldn't answer my phone multiple times, so they used their phone. And I was just crying and screaming. She thought it was a joke. She thought I was playing a prank on her.
Hello,
Riley
Ricky.
has been fidgeting with his hands and moving in his seat this entire time. This indicates that he's been letting off his excess energy, which is going to be a red flag to the officers that he may be hiding something. The fact that Emma thought Riley was playing a joke on her could suggest that he had done something in the past to make her doubt his sincerity. A friend accompanied Emma outside, and that was when they located Riley, lying face down in a nearby ditch. According to her friend, Riley appeared to be disoriented.
I woke up where Emma was.
Where was that?
In her friend's yard. It's right off Tassel Pike. I literally remember them, my head ached for the rest of the night when I got back to Nose after that.
You still know when they were that?
Yeah. They thought I was messing with them. That's why I haven't talked to anyone about it, because no one would take me seriously.
It's interesting that Riley still hasn't asked exactly what happened to Emma. Most people would ask at some point, while maybe not early on since they don't want to interrupt investigators. They wouldn't want to sit through the entire interview without asking for some kind of information about what happened. This is likely a red flag to detectives. After acquiring the information they need for the time being, the detectives conclude their interview with Riley.
I do want to thank you for coming in and talking to us, Riley. I do appreciate that.
It's clear that investigators know Emma didn't take her own life, but instead believe something far more sinister occurred. Though the information hasn't yet been made public, they're aware that Emma died as a result of a single gunshot, the bullet having traveled through the exterior of her house before striking Emma in the head. Somewhere around this time, law enforcement is approached by friends of Emma who strongly suspect they know the identity of the killer. They want to assist in the investigation. In fact, they believe they can get their hands on the very weapon that might have been used to murder Emma earlier that same morning, if the rumors that she died of a gunshot wound are accurate. You see, the person they suspect is also a close friend of theirs. In addition, one of the teens has recently witnessed something quite coincidental. The suspect had recently acquired a firearm. In fact, he'd gone so far as to show it to one of them. With the friends having come forward, the idea that the killer is among them has gained even more credibility, disturbing as it is. Despite the potential dangers of which they're warned, the amateur detectives opt to go through with the sting operation on November 22nd, just one day after Emma had died. A plan is constructed, and the friends are wired and equipped with a hidden camera.
I'll do that. Dude, all of you. There's nobody else I'd rather be going into this shit with. Nobody else I could go into this shit with. Oh shit, man. This is insane. Just go do your thing, guys. All right. Hey, everyday life, man. Everyday life. Go do your thing. Let's go play some Modern Warfare. There you go. This is another day, man. Yeah, look at that fog. Is that light still on? I'm gonna shut it. Yeah. Okay, guys, do your thing. Thanks, guys.
And with the short briefing from detectives, the precarious mission headed by a brave couple of teens is underway. The friends return to one of their homes and prepare for the suspect to arrive.
So, dude. Okay, that's a bit. Me and the way back in the crib. Yeah, that's fine.
What a sick bastard is.
Okay, yeah, I'll walk out there. All right, I'll see you. Why did he say that? Why did he say he just wanted to talk to me? Holy, why does he really talk to him? I don't know, man. I don't know. All I can think about is that he would trust you more than me. Which, I mean, yeah, because I've just been bullshitting him harder. Mm-hmm.
All right, FYI, guys, my roommate is not home. He's going to be at work till about like 1 or 2 a.m. tonight.
One of the friends updates law enforcement who's listening in. The suspect is due to arrive in just a few minutes. The hidden camera is strategically placed just before the suspect enters with his friend, and both take a seat on the couch. Apparently, the two had a short conversation outside, and the suspect would like for his friends to accompany him on an errand of sorts. But before they get to that, they speculate on Emma's potential manner of death. We know that very little information has been made public, and they only have rumors to go on. Well, 2 of them at least. We suspect that the third knows everything.
Are you a YouTuber? Here's how you can grow your YouTube following, even if you currently...
They would have automatically ruled out any kind of suicide, or I mean, not ruled it out, but like, if she would have got shot through the wall, you don't just get shot and die instantly unless you get hit in the throat or in the head. Yeah. Unless you got shot directly in the heart, but still, even that, like, you're gonna feel that and wake up and be able to try and like crawl out of your bed. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Like, I still don't understand how she died.
It's likely that no part of this discussion is medically accurate, but the undercover friends play along in an attempt to get more information from the suspect, and the speculation continues.
I don't either, but if like she got shot through the wall, then she would, like, say it hits her in the stomach. Say somebody shot her in the wall, hit her in the stomach. She's going to wake up. You don't just get shot and lay there. Yeah, I don't see how she wouldn't scream or something, like anything. And she just laid, unless it was just like a ridiculous shot. If it hit her in the head, then they would have saw that. Well, they did, but you don't know that. I mean, they could have walked in and seen her just. Well, but they would have seen it was a murder investigation from early that morning.
As far as I know, like
they never.
They always don't know anything about how she was found or when she was found.
Because whenever you hear, exactly. Whatever they always knew, whatever you hear it from, could not be true. They knew it was a homicide from the first second because they put in protective custody. You serious? Yeah.
The suspect is clearly alarmed by this information. The thought of a friend having been murdered would be quite devastating to hear. However, it's much more probable that the shock is from knowing that if her death was in fact a homicide, then law enforcement's main focus will be to locate the killer. Which brings us to our next important topic of conversation.
But I'm trusting you guys, like, with my life, because, I mean, this is 70 years in jail if I get convicted of something I did do. And are you busy right now? Are you about to do anything? Well, can we go to the bluffs? Because I need to get rid of the bluff. I'm going to throw it in the water. They'll never find it. I'll try to hit the water with, like, rocks. Okay. Well, we did it with beer bottles. Sure. We can go on the smaller ledge that really looks out of the water. I mean, I got your back, man. Jesus Christ, dude. I got your back. If it's in the Tennessee River, they will never find it. So that's why I just want to eliminate that from the equation as a whole. I feel you. Cover your bases. Cover your bases. I mean, I feel you. That's your decision. Well, do you guys want to go right now? I'm fine. Let me grab a snack. I'm starving. I'm so hungry. I would love a Hot Pocket.
After preparing a couple of Hot Pockets, the teens depart en route to an area that overlooks the Tennessee River, not far from the University of Tennessee campus, known as the Bluffs. It's possible that the suspect isn't just looking for moral support here. By involving his friends in the disposal of the gun, he's likely trying to protect himself. If he gets them to help, they'll be more likely to follow his plan of lying to the police about what they know of the gun, and he'll be able to hold their involvement over them. They won't want legal consequences for their part in getting rid of potential evidence, so they'll feel more motivated to lie for the suspect.
He's going to turn left on the side of the street. I'm going to try to jump the fence, my car, and snatch it off. Is that show you? Well, go around to the church. All right, I'll be back. If you're not back in 2 minutes, we'll come after you.
Less than 4 nerve-wracking minutes later, the suspect returns to the vehicle.
I just want to throw it and be done. Oh my God, I can feel it. Like I just don't pay attention. I think there's gloves up here too, so I can put those on when you listen to it. I'm saying, like, the glove, I think there's gloves. I think we can use them. And I'll just put the gloves on and take it out. I'll fucking call. I'll carry it up, gloves on, get to the top, throw on the bullets individually, then throw in the clip, and throw in the gun.
Judging by the fact that the suspect keeps repeating how he wants to get rid of the gun, it seems that he's assuming that getting rid of the gun will mean that police will not have any evidence that points to him. They make one more detour and stop for some gas and fast food. The suspect, seated in the front passenger seat, hasn't allowed Emma's death to affect his appetite. About 15 minutes later, they arrive at the Bluffs, and the horrifying moment of truth has almost arrived.
Dude, let me see this thing. I don't know if she's touching it. But she got clothes on. I just don't. I mean, they don't have my fingerprints in any database. Hey, dude, bro, you got arrested. Yeah, but they didn't print me. Oh my God. What? This is a real gun.
The utter magnitude of the reality has to be overwhelming as they lay their eyes on the very weapon that they believed was used to end Emma's life. Then, seemingly out of nowhere, the teens are rudely awakened to find that they're not alone.
What the? What the? Oh my God, man. What the? What the? Everybody put your hands out of the vehicle now! Oh, damn, dude. Yep. Throw what you got! Leave your hands out of the vehicle!
Amid the chaos, in just seconds, the suspect will be ordered to exit the vehicle, and all those present are aware that he's in the possession of the suspected murder weapon. If the suspect feels like he has nothing left to lose and senses that his friends betrayed him, he may choose to take revenge.
On June 23rd, Academy Award winner Jennifer Lawrence delivers her most
sick Emma.
Yeah, very sick.
Front passenger, can you hear me? Yes. My hand, open the door from the outside. Open the door all the way. Exit the vehicle. Keep your hands up. Hands up.
Thankfully, he's apprehended without incident.
Rear passenger, do not move. Do you understand me?
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Do not move your hands.
Get up. Out.
You got gloves? No. More gloves? Right there. Right there. Move the bag back toward your seat. Yep. Okay. Hey, Merritt. Yep. Just pull that bag enough and just to see the serial number. Just to see the serial number. How good do you want to look at this? You want me to start and see if left for a hold and see if we can take care of no on his, I'll call, goddamn right, boys.
And with that, the serial number was confirmed to belong to a gun that has, very recently, landed itself on law enforcement's radar. It had been kept under the driver's seat of the owner's vehicle until, on November 18th, when he realized it was missing. And here's where it all begins to come crashing down. On November 20th, James Walker reported his Glock 9mm pistol stolen. Though James and Emma's family share a surname, they are of no relation. James, however, is related to someone else who's very close to the case. His grandson happens to be none other than the grieving boyfriend, Riley Gall. That's right. The suspect was actually Riley all along. In addition to the firearm, other damning evidence was recovered, including the gloves we heard mention of and black clothing that would later confirm that Riley was likely the suspicious man dressed in black. As it turns out, there's much more to this convoluted story than initially meets the eye. Let's take a closer look into the events that transpired over those 2 years. What you're about to see will paint a picture of a tumultuous roller coaster of a relationship, remarkably different than what you've seen so far. It all started when that freshman cheerleader caught the eye of that star wide receiver.
We dated on and off for about 2 years until about 2 weeks ago is when she really cut it off. I cut it off in the past before. She cut it off before. Just kind of went back and forth. It would be months at a time, and we'd have a small fallout, and then we'd get back together.
It wasn't far into the relationship before Emma's friends and family began to see concerning signs. Emma's friends observed Riley exhibit behavior that they could only describe as controlling, possessive, and clingy. Riley wanted Emma to himself, and according to Emma's mom, Jill, Riley even attempted to control what Emma wore. This sort of jealousy and possessiveness is typical of abusive relationships. The perpetrator essentially treats the victim like a possession rather than a human being. It is common for perpetrators of abusive relationships to have antisocial personality disorder. Individuals with this personality disorder often have a need to dominate others and use others to fulfill their own emotional needs. Along with this, Riley quickly became obsessed with Emma and their relationship. Their relationship seems to have followed the 3 stages of obsession. The first is the absorbed stage. The initial attachment is extreme, and everything becomes serious very early on. The obsessive partner places the other partner in a specific role, which is consistent with Riley's attempt to dictate what Emma wore. Next comes the agitated stage. As the relationship progresses, the obsessive partner increasingly attempts to control the other. They text, call, or email numerous times a day. They're jealous of anyone or anything that takes time away from the relationship and attempt to isolate their partner from friends and family. The third and final stage is the aggressive stage, which typically starts when either previously successful attempts at controlling the partner have failed, or the partner has ended the relationship. At this point, the obsessive partner ups the ante. They may suddenly show up to places uninvited. They may alternate between pleas to reunite and vows of vengeance. For some desperate or disturbed individuals, the behavior can escalate to stalking, threats, or physical violence. As it turns out, in the midst of those breakups Riley referenced, he'd send Emma the most vile of messages through social media. Among them, "I hate you, I hate everything about you," and "You're the biggest bitch I've ever come in contact with." The messages eventually escalated to a whole new, menacing level, with one in particular reading, "You're dead to me. I'll check the obituary. You." When Emma's parents caught wind of this, Riley was understandably no longer allowed in their home.
Hey, I'm Joey, and I'm one of the 30 AI voices from SpeechLab. You listened to this video until now and you probably couldn't tell I'm not a real human voice. That's because I understand exactly what each phrase is saying.
They confiscated Emma's cell phone in an attempt to end communication between her and Riley, but the attempt failed. They advised Emma to break up with Riley, and her friends did the same. However, Emma wasn't ready to cut ties, and she was one to make her own decisions. It can be incredibly difficult for someone to leave an abusive relationship. Those on the outside often question why someone would stay, but abusers are not abusive all the time, and often have a seemingly loving side to them. By turning the charm on, abusers are able to manipulate their partner into staying, or giving the abuser another chance. However, the cycle of abuse will likely continue, and the level of abuse can escalate over time. And of course, Riley's behavior became increasingly alarming. He began stalking Emma. He'd wait for hours on end outside the supermarket where she worked and continued attempting to speak with her, even after Emma's parents had forbidden contact between the two. Finally, somewhere around early November of 2016, Emma ended things with Riley. In fact, she informed a close friend that they were done for good, and for a matter of about 2 weeks, friends and family had their Emma back. It's important to note that when someone leaves an abusive relationship, this is considered to be the most dangerous time. Once the abuser realizes that none of their usual tactics are working to get their partner back, their violent behavior may escalate because they feel so out of control. Shortly after Emma ended the relationship, Riley allegedly attempted to take his own life. Campus friends took him to the local hospital for treatment, effectively saving his life. Maybe it was then that he made the ultimate decision. If he couldn't have Emma, he'd see to it that no one would. Then, a crime of convenience presented itself. Back in Riley's previous interrogation, the questioning turned to the missing firearm. Investigators are starting to look at the means and access to the aspects of the crime, which is, in a sense, Riley's ability to commit the crime.
Now, I understand that your grandfather has had a gun stolen or missing or something to that effect.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about that?
It was during the week, last week, because he came and switched out my car with his car to go get the oil changed back in Knoxville. So he left his car on campus, but he took his keys with him. And he said when he got back, we switched out cars again, and he took off, and he called me maybe 10 minutes later, or 5 or 10 minutes later, and said, "You know where my gun's at?" I said, "No, I haven't been in your car."
Do you remember what time last week that was?
It might have been Friday then. It was Thursday or Friday he came to do that. But he left his car on campus, but he took his keys with him.
Okay.
So I didn't even go to the car because it only took an hour. He brought my car back, we switched out again, and that's when he got on the road and called me about 5 or 10 minutes later and asked if I had messed with his gun.
All right. So did you have a way to use his car? I mean, did he give you a set of keys or anything?
No, he took the keys with him.
Well, I mean, I didn't know if you had an extra set or, I mean, like, I've got keys to my brother's vehicle.
He's got an extra to my car that he used. I kept my keys on me because I need a key to my door.
Gotcha.
The detective has a few important questions.
But have you ever taken your grandfather's gun?
No.
Okay. Did anybody take it to show a buddy or anything, bring it back or nothing like that? Do you have any idea where your grandfather's clock is now?
Yeah.
Riley maintains constant eye contact here. While many mistakenly believe that eye contact indicates honesty, the opposite is true. Sustained eye contact typically indicates dishonesty, as the individual is carefully watching to see if their story is being believed.
I understand he told you about the gun. I had that gun because I was scared about what happened. I know you don't believe me. You probably don't either. Whatever. I'm telling you.
I mean, I don't believe that, but I believe you more that you didn't shoot Emma because that's a big step.
Though we can't be sure which scary occurrence Riley was referring to.
Epidemic Sound is basically a royalty-free soundtrack company. So it's where I go to when I want to get...
We know that the gun went missing before the weekend, and all the events that came with it even arrived. This simply cannot be explained away. Apparently, before Riley actually put the stolen gun to use, he made a couple of last-ditch efforts to reel Emma back in. There was the staged kidnapping. But Emma was wise to his scheming ways and told him to leave her alone. Riley retreated to his friend Noah's home, where he stayed the night. And you probably recall that Noah didn't even buy Riley's story of having been abducted.
I mean, I don't believe that, but I believe you more that you didn't shoot Emma because that's a big step.
Did you still know when they were out?
Yeah. They thought I was messing with them.
This could be an indication that Riley's friends know that he tends to lie or make up stories. Lying is another key trait of individuals with antisocial personality disorder. These individuals lie in order to manipulate others and get their needs met. Since people with antisocial personality disorder lack empathy, they're often indifferent.
Greg, you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
All right. So what's going on? Hey, honey.
What's he talking about?
Is it a guy or a girl that's doing this?
Oh. Who's doing this?
Okay.
Oh my God.
Did you report it to YouTube?
Honey, I didn't know that. Oh my God. Yeah, that's fucking sick.
Okay. You said it's been 5 months, but is he still trying to contact you?
Oh God.
Yeah, if you want to go live tonight, go. Do it. I'm just saying, be careful.
I'll go with you last one tonight. Okay? I'll
What's
be there.
that? I thought you had to work.
No, I mean what time? No, I work at 9. What time's you going live?
It's 9, so that'd be what, 7:30 right here. So it'd be 10:30 Eastern time when you have to be at work. If you want to come up on the stream, yeah, come on up.
Yeah. The link is up there. I pinned it already. Don't, if you come up, don't show your face on scam camera if you don't want it.
If he doesn't stop, then it sounds just like what we're watching, type of thing. He's stalking you.
You know who might help better too? PDF might help. You know?
If he keeps doing this, I say call the cops. Report his ass.
God. I was Miss
Good
BYC.
protective order against him, so he can't even get close to you or even talk about you. And if he does, you know, he goes to prison type shit.
Do you talk to your daughter about it? Because his daughter is lower. Do you talk to your daughter about it? In this, some people don't answer my. Some people don't answer my accent. Can you tell her if your daughter knows about it? Okay.
Hey, honey. Are you okay?
Hi, guys.
Are you okay?
Yeah, can you hear me fine?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Hold on one second. I didn't even know. I was trying to mess with my laptop last night. That's why I wanted to ask you a question, Indiana, because I know you know how to do a lot of that stuff. I almost went live last night, but it was telling me that my camera was being accessed on another app.
Really?
So I couldn't go live. So I went on a couple YouTube videos, and am I talking too loud?
No, not at all.
No, it's fine.
Okay, I have headphones. Okay, thanks, Gregory, for letting me come up. I didn't mean to intrude on your show, but I know you guys are smart about this, and I'm really new.
I would
to
rather
all of
have a panel type this than play videos or something like that, you know?
it. So, just briefly, there's a guy on YouTube who is God, how do I, this is so complicated. There's a lady on YouTube who has a she does live shows. Am I echoing?
No.
Okay, I signed off of YouTube. Okay, so she does live shows. She's a middle-aged lady. She drinks beer a lot, and she doesn't hide it. She's I'm not going to say she's an alcoholic, but she sits on live and chit-chats. And she gets drunk, and sometimes she starts crying because she misses her mom, this and that. Well, this guy started harassing her, and long story short, I ended up becoming friends with this guy because I noticed that the woman was very, very rude. I became friends with him and his wife only through the internet and on the phone and like FaceTiming. Well, I didn't realize how disgusting he is and what an alcoholic he is and the things that he does to people online. And I'm very concerned because he has used my deceased father's name in his chats. He has used my 80-year-old mother's name, my daughter, who is an attorney, my other daughter, and my full name. He has, in the last 2 weeks, he's doxed me twice with my full name, address, and phone number. He has, he gets really, really drunk and goes online and makes a complete ass out of himself. In the last week, he's taken down all his lives. I think he started getting nervous that people were going to start doing something. So
I wonder if he actually deleted them or if he just made them private.
I'm sure he just made them private because he records this lady. He records her recordings, and he messes with her. He just messes with her really bad. And I did become friends with him. When I saw how nasty he was, and how he was just downright lying and calling this lady horrible names and everything, I decided I'm not like that. I don't want to be associated with this man because I was his moderator. So people thought, we're best buds. He would call me all night long, drunk off his butt. I couldn't even understand what he was saying.
Wow.
And he drinks liquor, a liquor bottle. Okay, he has it with him at all times. And he is probably the most disgusting man I've ever met. And I'm 55 years old. So he knows a little bit about me because when I was friends with him, I did tell him and his wife, some things like one of my ex-boyfriends abused me and left me for dead. And I got a letter in the mail anonymously that he was charged with 4 felonies for beating another girl up. And he now lives like 500 feet from my house. And they wanted to warn me that that's where he lives now. So it brought back all these triggers for me. You know what I mean? It's been years ago for me that he abused me, but I'm still in counseling for it. Well,
When
this
someone does
disgusting man,
someone, it stays with you for a lifetime.
exactly. This disgusting man, because I confided in him and his wife about this. Like, oh my God, he lives so close to me now, and and then I got sent this letter. Well, now he's going making videos and saying, "Hey, honey," and then he'll put my real name, and he'll say, I hope when you run up the street to get a pack of cigarettes, your ex beats your ass or kills you or rapes you," or he just always says, "I hope your ex is going to get you," and this and that. And when I was friends with him, he was helping me I was installing cameras. So for 5 months, when I walked away from him, it was Christmas Day. I told him and his wife, Merry Christmas, and I walked away. I completely blocked them both from my phone, from Messenger, from everything, and I didn't have a YouTube channel. I walked away and just never spoke to them again. Well, for that whole 5 months, and it's not just me he does this to, he's doing it to a few other women that walked away from him because he was so disgusting. When I walked away, he couldn't stand the fact that he didn't have control over me. I had him blocked completely, and so he started posting these videos like, "Oh, I hope your ex gets you," and he's telling people, he's like he would go on lives and tell people that I'm on welfare, which I'm not, that it's my ex-husband who used to beat me and almost killed me, and it's not my ex-husband, it's an ex-boyfriend. My ex-husband is really a good man. And he's saying that he sent me all kinds of money. He's saying this about all of us girls, not just me, but me when it comes to the boyfriend killing me. And now he likes to throw it up in the air all the time. "Hey, honey, how's your ex doing? Did he get you yet? Why don't you go to Goodwill and buy a costume and get out of town?" And
what the fuck?
Yeah, and it really gives me triggers. Now, this ex-boyfriend was a very, very abusive man, and the reason why I was with him for so long was because I was afraid he was going to kill me, and he almost did 3 different times. So yeah, I still have triggers even though it's been years ago, and I still see a therapist and a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
And this man knows it, and he's messing with me. So what I wanted to ask you, I'm so sorry I'm rattling. I have ADHD.
Don't be.
I'm sorry, Gregory. I have ADHD, so sometimes I'm all over the place. Sometimes I can talk and sit and talk for hours. Other times I won't talk at all. So
I understand. Go on.
Thank you. So last night when I was trying to do this live, all I want to do is say what I want to say about myself, and because he's got a following. Not very many people. Most of the people that follow him because he's a waste. He is disgusting.
Because he's a piece of shit.
Yes. Oh my God. He's even gone on camera. I'm not even gonna get into it. But last night when I was trying to go live, I was scared to death, but I just wanted to do it and get it over with, and then just be done and quit watching his channel, because I watch it because I want to see if he's doxing me again. You know what I mean? Like twice in 2 weeks. He doxed me.
Would you do me a favor?
Yeah.
And put the name of his page or whatever on
please,
in the private chat.
Yeah, I will. Now, mind you, he has.
Because I wanna watch it and watch him and make sure, and then I can report and do all that.
Okay.
Try
Now,
as much stuff as I can.
I can tell you that he just took down all his lives, which is where he really talked about me and some other girls too, who did nothing to him. He's calling this one girl a fat whatever, and you have to lift her with a crane. She is overweight, but that just shows you what kind of person he is. And,
exactly.
and he's 56 years old. So in the private chat right now, I'm putting, this is what he goes by now, but then I'm also going to put another person who has done videos on him to where you can see when he was live.
Okay.
Since he took him down, she recorded him.
Hey, honey, can I say a question?
Yeah.
Did you do PDF? What's going on? PDF could ban me.
I don't know PDF, and I'm not comfortable.
Okay.
Really, the only time you and Black National are the only chat rooms you really see me in. I don't put myself out there. I can't even believe I'm doing this now. But I just wanted to catch Indiana and ask him about if I scheduled this live to go live at 9 o'clock tonight. I didn't think it went through, but I just noticed on my YouTube that it did. It says, yeah. So, how I have my face on here now, can that be done on my own live?
Yeah, you don't have to go on there with your face.
Okay.
Just use your avatar.
I mean, he used to do StreamYard, and he made me, he bothered me so bad by calling me nonstop and told me I had to go up on the StreamYard with him. And he was compared to Charlie Manson, like being a cult leader. And it's so weird because...
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's weird because the people that followed him, he started out being funny, and we just thought it was fun and games. Like, oh, this woman's drunk. Oh, this guy's drunk. Well, then he started going real life. Like, this woman that I'm talking about.
So he's a fucking manipulating son of a bitch.
He goes real life. She goes to the VFW and supports the veterans. He called it. Now she's in Florida. He's in Virginia. He called the VFW and said, "You better quit serving her because she's driving while she's drinking." They called her dog was barking, and she put him in the cage or something because the dog bit her hand. He called animal control. He's called the police on her 4 times for a welfare check for no reason while he was live streaming her live. So we saw the cops come.
Wow.
And it was for no reason. Is that called like swatting? I think they call it swatting. Like,
yeah,
there was no reason for these cops to be called. But he called, and then on one of his lives, he called and was so drunk and screaming and calling the police department a bunch of PUSSY, and they couldn't even understand him. He was so drunk, and they said, "Sir, we don't know what you're saying. We can't understand you." And he just started screaming, "You PUSSY," and hung up on them. I mean, he does this with cops. So imagine what this little single woman that he knows I'm alone. He knows I see a therapist. He knows I have triggers. And yeah, so I just wanted to like go on. I'm nervous as hell, but I wanted to go on and just tell my side of the story and then be done with him and not go back to his channel. I can't help myself but go to it. I don't enter his chat room. I probably can't anyways, but when I heard one morning, I woke up and I had all these texts saying that he was up all night long doxing 6 of us. Me, he likes to throw in about the ex killing me, and he's making like a joke about it. He forgets, I think, because he's so drunk all the time. He stays up all night long, and he's so drunk that he forgets things. I think he forgets that my daughter's an attorney and my cousin is a judge. I think he forgets different things about me. You know what I mean?
Well, okay. These are actual threats. He's not joking. Those are actual threats. And you can call the cops on him for that.
Well, I wanted to just put a stop to it. Just please, just leave me alone. So I haven't spoken to him or anything. I haven't showed my face. That's how I found Gregory and Black National. I found him on Silver Diamond's channel because I quit for 5 months. I didn't want anything to do with that. He was getting into people's real life. Like, there's this lady who
Hey, next to William, how you doing?
has sugar, and she had her leg cut off and something else, and she disagreed with something he said, and he was so drunk that he called her every name in the book. You amputee, bitch, I don't give a fuck, blah, 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 blah. It was so disgusting, and I'm so not that type of person. I root for the underdog. I've always been that way. My daughters have...
I'm sorry, but I hate people like that. You don't disrespect fucking women. I'm sorry. I don't care what they do to you.
He's really bad. He's done a lot of bad things to a lot of people. It's not just me, but because of my things he has said, I want the people who know me that are like, they're waiting for this live. They've been wanting me to do it forever, and I refused to talk about him. I wouldn't put a video out about him or anything. I just now started. So, yeah, I guess I'm scheduled at 9 o'clock to go live. I just noticed on my YouTube thing, and what do I do? At 9 o'clock, do I just go click on it?
Yeah, you just go onto your StreamYard and
It's not even StreamYard.
Oh, you're just going to do the YouTube one?
Yeah, I don't have StreamYard right now.
Okay. Yeah, just go on there and speak your mind. But, I mean, you said that he knows all this private information about you. Do you know private information about him?
I know like some 6 stories he's told me. I know his, address and everything, but he doxes himself. I'm not looking to go back and forth with him. I'm
No,
looking
exactly.
to end it.
I'm not saying to go dox him at all. I'm just saying if you know his real address and stuff like that, you can actually call the cops and get a, And I'm not a big guy at calling it the cops, but when you disrespect women like that, I'm sorry. And he's making threats. No.
Here's the thing. What worries me is I'm worried he's so bad and so ignorant, and I've seen him do some really bad things to people, that he goes real life on people, not just through YouTube. He goes real life. I'm worried that he's going to put pictures of find pictures of my daughter who's an attorney. I'm worried he's going to like make a bit. I don't know. I'm just so, because I'm not that type of person. My daughters would be appalled if they knew that I even was friends with this man. But
if your daughter is an attorney, as you say,
she is,
and he did something like that, oh shit, all hell's coming down for him.
The thing is she would be appalled at this man. Once you see him and see what he's like, but you're not going to see you in the chat. The second name I put there, the bird name, that's where you're going to see she recorded his lives and posted them, and he took them down. So that's where you'll see his ignorant side.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of really, I rambled on so much, Gregory. I'm so sorry. I really am just, I'm nervous.
I want everybody here on the chat, they're here to help you, you know?
Thank you, Gregory. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm just very nervous and full of anxiety. And he has made videos before. I mean, he has my images because I was on his StreamYard. So he's distorted, my face and stuff like that in videos. He's done it to other people. It's not just poor me. I just want to one time clear the air about what's real about me and what he's lying about, and then just walk away. But I'm not sure that I'm not sure if I'm opening up a can of worms or not. But I mean, in the last 2 weeks, he's doxed me and makes these videos about my ex. And here I am sitting at home by myself, knowing this ex, who isn't going to hurt me now. It's been many, many years, but I still have problems, issues.
Yeah.
And now he's
if you're just going on YouTube, I'm not sure if you can use an avatar. That's the thing.
Oh, well then I'll sign up on StreamYard.
Yeah, you can get it. You can get it for free. It's free.
The only reason why I didn't get it is because I figured I'd never use it. But I can do the free one just to do what I want to do tonight, and maybe I'll I would love to go live and talk to some of these ladies that I met, and we follow the cases, like the court cases going on and the shootings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we like to watch them all day long. Like, we'll watch the actual trials if they're on court TV and stuff.
Yeah, and if you use StreamYard, you could probably go to that person's channel that you listed, and kind of not the parts where he doxed you, but just kind of play some of his lives just to show how kind of a piece of a shit he is.
I won't do it. I think that's why he took down all his lives, or he privatized them, because he knew this other person was taking them and getting his image. So now he used to go live and he'd stay up all night and just be so drunk, and now he's not doing it and he's not showing his face.
Well, you have his face now from that other person who recorded it.
Oh yeah, I mean this other person.
I'm not saying do the same thing that he did to you, but I'm just saying if he keeps making threats.
Well, I looked up.
He sounds like the type of person that would actually go through it.
Well, that's the thing is, I know there's a lot of trolls out there. I get that. I understand that, and I'd watch a lot of drama channels and just nobody knows I'm even watching them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I get it. I know that there's trolls out there. The shit show. I watch that sometimes. I can't keep track of who's who, but they don't know who I am. I don't show my face. I don't even go and chat.
Yeah.
It's just entertainment for me. But I just, I really, I looked up because I looked up emotional distress is what he's causing me because it's giving me triggers. It's like right now I could start crying, but I'm stopping myself. And that's just because of how I'm feeling right now. Now, in an hour, I might be completely fine, but he gives me triggers. And he knows that I'm alone. And he knows that this guy is living. If these trees weren't where I'm pointing to right now that you can't see, I'd be able to see where this guy's living. And so he just like, it'll be 3 o'clock in the morning and he'll put out a video. It'll be like, hey, honey, how's your ex doing? Has he got a hold of you yet? Did he beat your ass yet? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like sitting here like, oh my God, I'm scared. And I don't have anything to be scared of. This guy lives in Virginia. I'm in Ohio. But it's his mannerism, his words, his looks. He's very scary. There's 2 other women that he has done things to that won't speak up because they're too afraid of him.
He's a manipulative son of a bitch who has nothing else to do better in his life.
So I just wanted to make sure that I didn't realize last night when I scheduled that live that it actually went through because it told me that my camera wasn't accessible or something like that.
Okay.
And then just now, like before I came up on Greg's StreamYard, I'm like, my God, it's saying I'm scheduled for 9 o'clock. So I got real scared and nervous, and then I saw you were in here with Greg. And I thought I'd ask you, like, at 9 o'clock, what do I do?
Just, oh God, that's a freaking hard question. How do you deal with people like that? I would just speak your mind and talk about who you are as a person. And don't even bring up that person's name.
I thought about that. Like, don't
even bring up his name or his YouTube channel or anything like that because that's what they want.
I definitely will not bring up his channel. The people who are waiting for me to go live are people that hate him, and they want to hear the truth because all they've heard is him, and they know he's done things to them too. So they're on my side. The people that are waiting.
If you go and if you get StreamYard, you can have people join up there and talk about it with you. You know, kind of like a little support group.
Yeah, I think what I might do is because I'm so like jittery and full of anxiety right now, and especially it takes a lot out of me when I talk about things. I think maybe I should just not do this tonight. Because I don't feel like I'm in the right mindset to do it. You know what I mean?
Hey, exactly. You have to trust your instincts. You know, if you don't feel like you're ready for it, then don't do it.
And do you know something else about me is I'm a firm believer, and this is another reason why I walked away from him. I started realizing it would be like, okay, how, I recently found Gregory's channel. There's a couple people in his chat room. We always say hi to each other. I'm used to Gregory. It would be like in a few more months, you guys all of a sudden turning into these men that I had no idea you were even like this. So when that happened with this guy, I just walked away. I just didn't want to be that person. I root for the underdog. I don't make fun of people. I sat with the guy at the lunch table who didn't have any friends while everybody else sat with their cliques. I'm that type of person. And
Yeah.
this man is so the opposite that I had to get away. I didn't want to be connected with them or associated with them. So walking away from him, he just started doing all this horrible stuff. I don't know where I was going with that. I'm sorry. It's my
No, that's fine.
ADHD. It's
No,
because
that's-
I can't
that's fine.
do too much at one time, and I just feel like I shouldn't do this tonight because
If you don't feel like doing it, then don't do it.
I know the people that are going to be watching
And if there are people waiting, as you say, just go in there, make a little comment, say, "I'm sorry, but I can't do this tonight. I will do this sometime later."
Well, before I realized that that it was showing that I was going live tonight at 9, I had made a quick video telling these people who I know are waiting. I'm not backing out. I'm gonna do the live, but I'm having some issues with my camera, and plus I didn't know I had to wait 24 hours when I scheduled. When I tried to go live on YouTube, I didn't know there was a 24-hour wait period.
Yeah.
So this just is all new to me anyway. So for me to even do this is freaking crazy. So I just want to do it and get it over with. But I don't feel like I should do it tonight. I know what I was going to say. One more thing, Gregory, and then I'll get off of here.
Take your time.
Thank you.
Mhm.
When he was starting to do really bad things to this lady and to other people, and I didn't want involved in it, I am this is something that something about me, how I feel and what I believe in. I believe if you do something, okay, I'm sorry. Here's an example. Somebody I work
Hey, will you do me one favor?
Yeah.
Stop apologizing.
Okay.
You don't need to be sorry about any of this.
Okay, so I worked with this girl who I could have gotten her fired, and I could have gotten her husband to divorce her because I knew something.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I just didn't. I wanted to because I didn't like her. But and I really, really wanted to. I really wanted to. But I didn't.
That just shows the type of person you are, you know?
I felt like if I did that to her, something's going to happen to me, and it might not happen to me. It could happen to my daughters. It could happen to my mom. It's just not the right thing to do to intentionally hurt somebody. So even though she had hurt me and I had enough ammo to get her fired and divorced, I didn't do any of it. Now this has been like 17 years and I still think about it to this day. Like,
yeah.
I can't believe, like, I could have, ruined her life. So,
but the thing is, you didn't do it.
I didn't do it. And she still has her job and makes a lot of money, and she's still married to the same man. So I could have ruined all of that for her. And so many times I almost did, and I couldn't do it because I'm just not that type of person. I didn't want to hurt somebody to make myself feel good. You know what I mean? That's not right.
Exactly.
So I almost feel like if I do this live, and if I'm not in my right mind state, like right now I'm all over the place, I'm afraid I might say something and it's going to come back and bite me in the ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though he's done things to me, so I guess
maybe cancel your live.
I think I need to cancel the live for tonight and not.
And set it for a different time, and
I'll be there.
Maybe get.
I'm off.
Thank you very much.
I'll be there for you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'll be there too. I think I already made a comment on it.
Yeah, well, that's how I even knew that it was up there. I'm like, what is this? Like, oh my God, I'm going
Yeah.
live.
Maybe get out a piece of paper. I do it sometimes because of my traumatic brain injury. I have brain farts all the time. Like I know what I want to say, but I just can't. The word just won't come out.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes, I'll just write down what I want to say. Maybe that would be something that you could do.
Yeah, I did jot down a couple notes of things that I didn't want to forget to say, because if I just go freestyle, I'll be all over the place. But I don't want to be reading off of notes either. But my ADHD, I didn't have ADHD until I was an adult, and I'm diagnosed with PTSD, ADHD, severe anxiety. So the ADHD medicine really, really helped me, but it raised my heart rate, and my medical doctor didn't think it was a good idea that I was on it. Adderall. So it worked. It really controlled my ADHD, but I had to stop taking it because my heart rate was like, yeah, it was like in the 90s at all times, even resting. So he's given me something to lower my heart rate, and then I'm taking Adderall, which higher it. So I had to make the decision that no, I got to stop taking it. So I have to deal with my ADHD now. And so I stay home a lot. I don't go places. That's why whenever Gregory, like whenever you're on, I'm usually right there saying hi, because I'm home on YouTube. You know what I mean? I'm watching videos. I'm watching court cases. And I'll pop in and say hi.
Yeah.
Because I don't like to be around a lot of people. My PTSD has me where I don't like to be around a lot of people. I feel safe when I'm at home. And I sometimes pay my local grocery store to bring my groceries. And I'm like half a mile away from it. But I'll pay the extra money because I don't want to be around people. And that's why what I love about meeting people online, and like Gregory's room, it's so nice for me to come in, and even if it's just saying hi and watching him walk to the store.
Thank you.
I know. Yeah, it's really nice.
Well, I pour a cup of coffee and I'm watching Greg walk to the store, and it's calming to me to have a channel like that I could pop into. And this person that I started telling you about is the opposite of that. And
you just try your best. I know it's going to be hard. Especially if he's doxing you and talking bad crap about you. That's the first thing that comes to your mind. You're right. Okay, I have to go see this, because if he's talking shit about me, I knew what's he saying, But just stay away from him.
John Miller
don't even go to that channel.
Winks have PTSD too. Both of them are saying they have PSD. Both of them have PTSD. Both of them, John Miller and Chris Winks have it. They're still on the chat.
And I don't know much about Porter Farmer. Gregory does, I think, more than I do. But he seems like a really type of guy that would be able to really. Well, he's told me that he has the ability to turn channels off.
Well, here's the thing with PDF. There's another channel I watch, and I'm not involved in the chat or anything. There's too many people. That's why I really like Gregory and Black National. I can interact with a small group of people,
Exactly.
So this other channel that I watch, they hate PDF. So there's a lot of people out there who hate him, and I don't know him. So
you know what they hate him? You know
Why? I don't know.
Because they hate car bombers, and then he hates stalking people. That's why they start the channels, because of both the car bomber and the stalking channels. He hates that. He really do. If you heard about that, he will contact YouTube all the way and get the guy out of the chat, out of the channel.
Yeah.
I mean, Porter Farmer just, he speaks his mind, and he seems like that.
Look at the comments.
He seems like a
Jim
very mean
people.
person.
Jim knows him,
Sometimes,
he knows better than I do.
but I think he just speaks the truth, But
Yeah.
if he told your story, it would be pissing him off as much as pissing me off.
Oh yeah. He would be
Like right now, I want to find whoever this guy is and just fucking knock him out.
The thing is I don't want to. Okay,
You don't
like,
treat women. You don't treat women like that. I don't care if you don't know them.
Get out
I
of
don't
there.
care.
See, you need to
I don't care. You
There are a
never
lot of people who
disrespect women.
chat, he's gonna be
That's
helping.
how I was grown. That's how I was
Everybody
born.
wants to help you out.
That's how my parents raised me. You never disrespect a woman.
Yeah, exactly.
well, the second channel I put in that private chat, that's where you're going to find the true him, because he hid everything else. He has a lot of shorts up and he does real stupid videos where he takes this older woman who drinks and makes her talk funny and stuff like that. But there is still a couple videos up of him talking about me, but his lives where he was really doxing me and talking bad, he's hidden. But I don't want to, Gregory, as far as PDF, I really don't want to do this again. I don't want to
get him get him involved.
Right, yeah. I would rather I wanted to talk to you in Indiana, and it was a spontaneous thing when I sat down and you were on and Indiana was up there, and I was confused about something on my channel. I thought, oh, let me ask these guys, and it was very spontaneous. This isn't like me to do this and to air out so much, but I just got a feeling that you guys are okay, and I don't really want to get to know PDF, or nothing against him. I don't know him at all. I just don't want to be
Okay.
my mental state can't do this again, what I just did tonight on your stream right now with you in Indiana, telling all this stuff. It really wipes me out.
I bet. I can't even imagine.
Hey,
So
can you do me a favor? Can you read the comments? Jim and Chris Weeks want to help you a lot.
What are you talking about, Greg?
Because Chris Weeks said, yeah, I want to, as well. Everybody wants the guy links. He wants.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't see the chat, everybody.
Yeah,
I'm really sorry.
Yeah, Jim Uncle want to help you. Jim want to help you. Ada want to help you. Jim want to help you. Everybody want to help you in the chat.
I mean, that's why I told you to put it in private, because I didn't know if you wanted for other people to know. But if you're willing to, and just put what his name is on there for other people so they can go check it out.
Okay.
Okay,
That's 100% up to you. I'm not going to do it. I won't let Greg do it.
Okay. Everybody in the chat, I apologize. I didn't even read the chat. I didn't even know I could see the chat. I just clicked on it.
There's no reason to apologize.
But thank you, all of you, for your support.
I'll be willing to help you.
I'm skimming down and looking through it. Thank you, everybody, so much. I really appreciate that, because I'm really scared and I'm really nervous. And
See,
I can't even believe I just did this. So
this might be a stupid question, but do you have anything that protects yourself, like
Yeah.
self-defense?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yep. Never used it, but if I have to, I would.
Okay.
Then is it okay for me to put his name on the link?
No,
So
just wait, Greg. Let her make her
yeah,
mind.
for the private chat, that's just for you, Gregory and Indiana. But it might be hard to find. I can actually get the links, but I would rather not advertise it in your chat.
Exactly. Yeah.
I would rather do it privately with you two.
I completely understand.
Yeah, so I could get you the links so it would be much easier for you to find because it's hard to find.
That's fine. I'll try my best and try to find it.
But everybody else in the chat that is offering to help and that has been listening to me, I would have been even more nervous. I didn't realize people were. I guess I was just I was zoned out. I'm sorry. I'm just very nervous.
Don't be sorry. There's no reason to be sorry.
Well,
he did this to you.
I really appreciate, Gregory, you letting me get this off my chest and ask Indiana some questions, and the support that your chat is giving me, and you two gentlemen. This is very spontaneous for me. It's very unlike me. I'm a very private person, but with my ADHD and with my anxiety, and sometimes this is what you get from me, and sometimes I won't say anything. It's just very, very spontaneous, and I'm still in shock that I even just went through this. But it will wipe me out, and I'm going to have to cancel the live for tonight.
Okay.
Don't go live.
But don't be worried about that. I mean, if you went to your live and it would just cause, trigger more things, you don't want to do that.
I'm afraid what would happen is since I've been talking to you guys right now for some time now, I feel like it wipes something out of me. So I feel like if I went and did this live at 9 o'clock, that I'm not going to be completely in my right frame to speak.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, in the right mind of
mind. Excuse me, and I don't want to go on there and sound like an idiot. I just want to get my point across and just say a few things about myself and then leave it at that. And I don't know if I could do that tonight. I don't think I can, so I don't think I should.
Like I said, you have to trust your instincts. If you don't think you can, don't do it.
I mean, I don't even know how to use YouTube Live. And here I am.
I think you just click on it, and
you click the camera.
Use your computer or your phone, and you can always block the camera too, and you can make it a black screen if you wanted to.
Well, yeah, I mean.
But the big difference of YouTube Live, you cannot talk like we do. Only StreamYard.
Right. I might look into. I might do some researching on StreamYard and
it's
maybe
free.
wait.
It's free. The best is free.
There's StreamYard, which you can use the free version, which gives you 20 hours a month, I believe. And then there's another one called Restream.
Well, I'll look into StreamYard because
that one's free, and I don't think there's a certain hour limit, but I mean.
I have no problem having StreamYard and paying for it if I develop a nice chat group. You know what I mean? I think it would be awesome. I think it would be good.
Yeah, you could turn your channel into a support group for you and those other ladies that you were talking about. And if anybody comes in talking crap, you just block them and you kick them out.
Yeah. Yeah, so if I'll try the free version of it to do when I do go live, and then if I like it and I get a following, and if people do want to chat, I'm by myself. That's what I like to do. I like to chat. I like to talk about true crime. I like to, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And if you ever need help, just don't bother asking. Because I'm at home all the time because of my disability, so I'm always here. So.
Hey, honey, do you know Miss B?
I only know her from saying hi to her in your chat.
Okay, too bad Miss B wasn't here. She could help you out too, Miss B. She's a very good, talented person, Miss B.
Yeah, I really don't want to bring people into it because this
Okay.
guy, what he has done in the past is wherever you would go or this lady would go, he would follow, and then he'd start picking on her subscribers and making videos about them. She has a subscriber who definitely, she makes YouTube shorts, and she definitely is mentally challenged, but she is the sweetest lady. She's like 59 years old. She is such a sweetheart, and all she likes to do is make shorts and loves people's comments. Like, I'll always tell her how nice her hair looked or whatever, and she just loves hearing from people, and she thinks it's so great that you could talk to people around the world. You know, she gets a kick out of that. Well, he went after her and started making fun of her and taking her shorts and putting like cow noises over them and just talking really nasty about her.
Oh, I hate people like that. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
so that's I don't know where I was going with that, but that's why I don't want to get people involved, Gregory, because I really just wanted to ask Indiana a simple question, and it led into me spilling my guts. I don't know if maybe I needed to do that.
Yeah, you need to figure out, let out everything, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, if you ever need to talk like this, we can do it on StreamYard, and we can end the broadcast so there won't be other people watching. It'll just be us, the three of us.
Mhm. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and you can just vent out and just say whatever you need to say. All right?
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna sign off here and try and cancel that live. Gregory, thank you very, very much.
Well, you're welcome. Anytime you're welcome.
Thank you. Everybody in the chat, I really appreciate your support. I don't want anything to happen to anybody, and I don't want videos made of them, so I would rather not give out the link.
I completely understand.
And I kind of don't want it to blow up in my face, so...
Yeah.
But I do appreciate all the comments in Gregory's chat, and Indiana and Gregory, thank you.
You're welcome.
Sorry, this probably took you for a loop.
No, it didn't. Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
I appreciate you both very much, and I'm going to sign off, and I will catch you next time, Gregory.
Okay.
All right. Hey, do me a favor and try to get some rest and just...
I'll be okay.
God. I know it's gonna say it's hard to say, you know, just try to get it out of your mind, but I mean try your best as much as you can. This guy is a piece of shit.
Oh, he definitely.
I value trash more than I do people like that that treat women like that.
He's from him telling me some of his past, like, you know, in his 20s and different things like that, I should have ran when I heard what he was like then. I can't believe some of the things he has done, and I just didn't want mixed up with that. I just don't. The hurting people's feelings.
You know what? I did the same thing when I first started getting on YouTube, and I started following and being a friend with Jeremiah from Others America, and I caught one lie, and then I gave him a second chance. I was like, I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt after hearing all this stuff from other people saying bad stuff about him. I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt, but then when he kept doing it over and over and over again, I could not be a part of that. I'm sorry. I can't be a part of someone who try to manipulates other people and takes advantage of them.
Right. That and people making fun of people. When you're a grown man or woman, it doesn't matter, and you're making fun of this 55-year-old man is making fun of this 59-year-old woman and be acting like a 5-year-old, making moo sounds and calling her fat and just things like that. That bothers me so much. I've been told I'm an empath where I feel when somebody's hurt, I feel hurt for them. And like I said, I always root for the underdog. I've taught my children to be kind to everybody. Just because you're in sports and school and you're popular and you're pretty and this and that, you be friends with all the people, not just the popular ones.
Yeah. I don't know if you're religious or not.
I'm Catholic.
So am I.
Okay.
I'm Catholic. So, I mean, God will take care of this, I believe, in some way.
Yeah.
Whether it's going to be now or when he passes away. But just
that plays a part why I question myself, like, should I even do anything? Because the whole thing about like not getting that girl fired at work and her husband divorcing her, I thought that I shouldn't do that. And then I would think, well, God would forgive me if I asked for forgiveness. But then I'm like, no, that's still not the right way to look at it. You know what I mean? Just stay out of it, mind your own business, and move along with life. And that's what I did. And she's still happily married and makes a lot of money. But yeah, I look at it that way. I'm not very religious. I used to go to church all the time. I haven't in years. But I do pray daily and I do believe. So yeah, that's...
Truly sorry that this asshole did this to you.
Yeah, he's done it to quite a few other people also. So I don't want it to be like, oh, poor me, but these other people do not want, they're afraid of him. There are people who are literally afraid of him because he has gone real life on this woman in Florida. He has called her Reverend and told her Reverend that she is an alcoholic and she's probably drunk when she's at church. He brags about the stuff. I can't even remember everything that he's done, but he's done so many real life things, not just YouTube things, real life. So then in the last couple weeks when he started doxing me, that was the first time he really was going real life on me. And it was everything. It was my full name, my address, my phone number. He even looks up people's VIN numbers on their car.
Oh my God.
He looks up your property value, and if, like, there's this one lady who lives in a trailer, he tells everybody that she's on meth and lives in a trailer park and she's trailer trash. She has a gorgeous trailer. It's, bigger than his house.
And there's some trailers out there that are better than like regular houses,
And she has 19 acres. It's absolutely gorgeous. But he's portraying her to be this meth head who's trailer park trash. So that's what people are thinking. That's the kind of stuff he does. And he always wants to talk about money. Like, well, my recliner cost $800. How much did yours? I bet you can't get one for $800. He'll tell this lady, I bet you can't even afford $200. And it's like, why is everything about money? He has no idea, but I'm like, my family is 10 times more well off than he is, but I don't go around telling him that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, screw him. He's not worth anybody's time. He's a piece of trash. He's worse than trash. I'm sorry.
You know, actually, Gregory, I think this was my therapy for the week. I see it.
It's free, you know.
I see a therapist once every 2 weeks. I've been for years, but she is trying to get me to come once a week. But because of I kind of have a little bit of agoraphobia also, where I only feel safe if I'm in my house. I told her no, I would only come every 2 weeks, and she's trying to bribe me with she'd do every other week online, but I feel like today I got a therapy session in, so thanks.
Hey, you're welcome to come up anytime if you
I
need to vent.
appreciate you guys. Thank you again, Gregory. I'm going to sign
You're
off,
welcome.
and I will talk with you later. I really, really appreciate this. I think it helped me clear my head
All
a
right.
little bit.
I'm glad you're able to vent, and I will try to find out who this. I was about ready to curse. I'm sorry, but this bastard. I'm gonna try to find his page and see what I can do.
I just didn't know how to like copy the links to put in the chat while I'm on
No,
here.
you don't have to worry about that.
Okay,
Don't.
but I'll have it for you for like next time. I just don't
Okay.
want to put it in the group chat. I'll just put it in private chat.
Oh.
And everybody in chat, thank you again. I'm not used to attention and people rooting for me, so it really means a lot. Thank you.
Hey, honey. Jim Miller says to you, "We are here for you, honey."
Who says that?
That's the same reason why I'm trying to help Gregory out, because I know there's so many assholes out there that will go after him just the way he speaks.
Yeah,
They don't realize he's smarter than probably they are. You know.
Yes, exactly. And that's what I really love that about you, Indiana. I know I've only been on here a short time, but I hear the way you talk to Gregory, and I think you're such a positive person in his life, and you're making him a good person. He makes us happy when he goes live, and like I said,
He does.
watch him walk. I sat here and drank my coffee and watched him walk to the store, and it was great. I mean, nothing special, but said hi to a few people, and I liked that. It was nice. No bad things. You know what I mean?
Did my chairman says on the chat room, hey honey, we got you like this with the mushrooms.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you all so much.
Right.
I'll keep in touch. I appreciate
Stay in touch,
you.
definitely. Okay.
Alrighty, thanks.
If this bastard does anything else, please let us know.
Thank you. I will.
All right. Take care of yourself. Okay.
Okay, see you.
Bye, Gregory.
Bye.
Hey, Dustin.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, I would have let you in a little bit earlier, but Hey Honey wanted to keep things a little private, so
yeah,
I didn't know if you were watching.
I was watching the live. I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, I just can't believe people treat people like that. It's disturbing.
Yeah, Chris makes you right. You're very correct. That's why we family around here. You don't mess with family. Chris Wick was saying, Ado said the facts,
Yep.
We all here to help each other,
Exactly.
Damn son of a bitch guy. If I see him, I'm gonna pick his fucking leg.
Just like when you told me that Jeremiah started calling you names and stuff like that. You know why? Because
I don't see no more money. That's why.
No, it's not. It's not because of that. He started calling you names because he thought he could manipulate you. Why
I know. Yeah.
It's because of the way that you talk.
I know.
And that's indicative of being a narcissist.
Yeah.
That's why I block him. Oh, thank you, Elo. I know I'm a good buddy. Thank you.
Hey, Mitten State Media.
Huh?
Just saying hi to someone in the chat. But yeah, that kind of really pisses me off hearing that.
And you know what gets me? YouTube allowing that. YouTube. You know? That pisses me fucking off. You know?
Yeah, I know.
I want to spank your YouTube right now. You know?
I know it's a bunch of bullshit. It's the same reason
It's
why.
okay to have a baby.
Same reason why I don't understand why Jeremiah is still fucking monetized. You know, I don't care if he's not
look
making
who works
money.
with Google.
And I wonder. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I know,
Exactly,
Chris. I know that. I know.
Exactly, Chris.
Elo is telling Greg the best thing is to flap all his stuff and report it for harassment or bullying.
That might work. That might not. I don't know.
Oh, what? Keep reporting people for harassment?
Yeah.
Bullying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
for example,
and then you get a nice little
we've tried to
email
do that
from
with
YouTube
Jeremiah
that says,
so many times, and nothing happened.
oh, I've done it to people, and I've gotten threatened with my account to be terminated, and everything I've ever purchased from Google stripped. They don't care.
Yeah. Half the times they don't care.
Using the system.
Yeah. It's a bunch of horse shit.
Yeah. The problem is we got to get rid of Section 230. That protects these companies.
Yep.
Once Section 230 is gone, then people have legal grounds to sue these companies for the harassment and bullying and for allowing it to happen.
No, Elo, how do we do that without getting his channel down? Because you're not supposed to ask people to report stuff.
Mass reporting don't work because then they think it's all false. Now,
well, it worked. It worked with James. That's why I don't understand. They go at YouTube. They go after the good people. But then they'll let all the fucking assholes stay up. I don't get it. I truly do not understand.
because you got to make friends with people that work for Google and YouTube that have channels on YouTube to do the reporting. That's how a lot of channels get shut down. It's not because of mass reporting. It's because somebody knows somebody at Google.
That's pissed me off. That fucking son of a bitch guy. I want to fund him, and I hope he comes in my life. I'm going to make him so I want to break his head in pieces. Now he's messing the wrong. Oh, no. If I said something to him, if he says something right now, I will regret it. And I'm going to zip it right now.
I'm not doing it for you.
How do you get a YouTube rep?
I don't know if you could trust them either. You know?
I would say it has to be a certain channel that has so many subscribers. Well, that won't help her because I don't think she has that many subscribers.
Usually, you will not get a YouTube rep until after you get a play button for 100,000.
I see.
Yeah, once you start getting like play buttons for your channels, you'll have direct numbers straight to YouTube, to reps, legal, everything.
That sucks. How about the small channels? That's fucked up.
Yeah. Because it's probably same reason about everything else, you know.
It's all about money.
It's all about money, exactly. The more subscribers, you know, the more money they make.
Yeah. So I mean, if you're having lives with 2,000 to 5,000 people in them at a time, they're making a hell of a lot of money.
Yeah, it's all about money. That's all they fucking give a shit about.
Okay, they're having 2,000 to 5,000 in a live. That means by the time that live's over and other people watch it, they're probably going to have anywhere from 10,000 to 100,000 views on it within probably 8 hours.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm guessing. I don't know for a fact. But yeah, no, you're a real big channel. You have a rep. Somebody's harassing you. You call that rep up. Boom, those channels are gone. They lied to them and say no, due to mass
if you
flagging.
were able to contact someone who has a channel that big, if they would be able to do something like that. But I don't. Just how Hey Honey was talking about, she doesn't want all that stuff being spread out. She doesn't. She thought she was just talking to us three, or just me and James, or me and Greg. But I'm just really glad that there weren't any people in the chats that were talking shit.
Yeah.
Everybody like, hey honey. Everybody like, hey honey in the chat room, you know?
So, Chris, do you think emailing them instead of filing a report would be better? Well, you'd have to rewind.
Emailing ain't gonna work. What's gonna have to happen is mass people file legal documents and send it to the legal team.
Yeah, but how the fuck do we get in touch with the legal team? Because
it's on their website. You'll have to mail them to an address out of like San Bernardino, California. They have the address for their legal department on their website.
But still, man, it pisses me off so much that I just don't want to fucking just get his channel down. I want him fucking prosecuted for this shit. He literally fucking threatened her.
That's the issue about prosecution.
And she can't even fucking go to the grocery store, which is just a couple blocks from her house.
Where does the guy live in the same town?
He knows where she lives.
Okay, but it also depends on where he's at too. When you have a multi-jurisdictional issued on prosecution, she lives probably in one state, he lives in another state. The crime's happening in that state. That the other state can't do nothing to him.
Yeah, but some crazy motherfucker like him, he could easily just get in a fucking vehicle and just drive to where he wants to.
Okay,
That's what probably scares her.
The problem is the way they're going to say it is, unless he comes here, there's no intent. It's just works. Until he actually physically shows up in this state, then we can say those threats now have intentions behind them. because he actually physically showed up to act on them. I've had this issue.
He posted her name, her phone number, her address, all of that shit.
Yeah.
And threatened her.
Yeah, but the doxing laws are getting overthrown constantly because a simple Google search, I can get all that information. I mean, everything's on the internet anymore. So posting it, if it's legal or illegal.
Yes, it happened on YouTube. Mitten State.
I mean, she could file a privacy
multiple and more than just one time. Multiple times.
What she's going to have to do is file privacy complaints on each video and where in the video he does it.
And he hid his videos, being scared. But she gave us another channel in the private chat that I'm not going to say because she asked not to. I'm going to respect that. And that person is kind of like how John Coley does with Jeremiah, records all of that stuff. So that person has all of
videos.
Yes, has all of the videos recorded.
Yeah, when it comes to the internet and crimes on the internet, it is very, very hard to prosecute.
Oh, I know it's hard, but I mean, shit. What the fuck do they want to? What the fuck do people want? They want him to go to her house and fucking beat the shit out of her or kill her before they do anything? Yeah. It's kind of like the same thing with the fucking pedophiles. They won't do shit until they fucking actually do something.
No, this is law enforcement's new stance on the shit. If you're being harassed on the internet, get the fuck off the internet and shut your internet off. Or don't go on YouTube or social media. They don't want to handle it.
Yeah, and she has her ex, according to her, that lives a couple houses from her, that used to beat the shit out of her.
Yeah, I heard that.
She's scared. So she's scared about that too.
If she has police reports on it, she needs to go file a restraining order against him, which will prevent him from coming to hers.
And she knows the guy who's doxing her, his name and address. So I'm wondering if she can put her restraining order on him.
Yeah, if they're stalking, if you have their legal information, go ahead and file a restraining order for stalking and harassment. And
then if he does it again online, then they might be able to do something.
I mean, if he's stalking and harassing her,
he's doing it to. According to her, she's doing it to her, and then after she started ignoring him, he started doing it to other ladies. When he was it 6 other girls, Greg?
Yeah. It was 6, yeah.
Which is, but God, dude.
We need to get.
I want to find out who this.
I
want to find out who this motherfucker is.
I want to
find out where he lives. Go there and allegedly beat the fucking shit out of him so he can't even fucking talk.
No.
Allegedly.
I know, but what needs to happen is pushing these goddamn politicians to open up new insane asylums so we can put these people somewhere.
Fuck that. Put them on a goddamn island.
Yeah, put them in a goddamn insane asylum and use them for all the goddamn vaccine testing and whatever.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Use them as lab rats.
Use them as fucking guinea pigs.
Yeah, that's what needs to happen with all these.
But their brains are so fucked up. Who knows if it would work?
I don't care if the shit works or not. It's more, okay, is it going to kill the person instantly, or is it going to cause skin rashes, palpitations?
Yeah.
Once you figure all that out, what all those side effects are, and if it's going to cause them, then you start another trial with people that act on medication and run a trial with them.
Yeah.
But I mean, that like
I don't ever seen that happen. I don't ever
test it.
seen that happen. I don't see that happening.
No, because you'd have to get rid of part of the 8th Amendment of the United States Constitution with the cruel and unusual punishment.
Which is bullshit because they follow that. They all follow that fucking part of the Constitution, but they won't follow the fucking First Amendment.
Yeah. They won't follow the rest of it. But we can't torture people. Screw the rest of the amendments. We got to follow the 8th. Now, cruel and unusual punishment needs to go. So, because putting people in prison is too damn easy for certain crimes.
Unless they do it in a specific way where, make sure that person gets in the same cell as Bubba, who likes to play with people at night.
No, if you look at all the other prison systems, how they have work camps and stuff, and
I know what you're saying. I was just using that excuse. I know they protect them now.
Yeah, they put them in fucking PC with each other, which is bullshit.
Because then they just talk to each other about, I did this to this person. It gives them more fucking ideas for when they get out.
That's even if they even go to prison. Sometimes they get 90 days in county jail and have 3 years fucking probation.
Yeah, and they put in half of them, not even half, fucking 90% of them, they don't even put on the fucking registry.
Yeah, they'll downgrade it to something that doesn't have to go on the registry.
Yeah.
Or if they do have to go on the registry, I mean, I've heard of people walking right out of court with like a year probation and 100 hours community service.
Yeah, but you go to a fucking store and steal something, they'll put you in jail for years.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. It's because half the fucking politicians are pedophiles.
Yeah. Which is bullcrap.
We have one as a president right now. Likes to sniff little girls' hairs and touch her certain spots.
Yeah. Where's the VP?
Hey, Greg, what are you talking about?
What?
Don't tell anyone, okay?
No. So I'm gonna tell you all about Jeremiah.
Okay. I want to talk to you after
Kamala Harris. You don't hear nothing in the news about her.
Or, never mind. I'm just gonna send you a text. Hold on. What were you saying, buddy?
Kamala Harris, right? She disappeared. Where's Kamala Harris? You don't hear nothing in the news about her. It's about Biden this, Biden that.
Yeah, I don't see her anywhere.
Yeah. She's never with the president. Where the hell did Kamala Harris go?
I don't know, but if they did, but if they did do the, shit, having a brain fart. Which amendment is it where they take the president down because he's not good enough? He's not
25th Amendment to him.
Yeah, 25th. Is that the 25th or 23rd?
25th.
Yeah, 25th. Yeah. They did that to him because
23rd,
you know,
24th, and 25th. They all have different qualifications for it. But
yeah,
the
something like
25th
that.
is if you're mentally unfit to hold
Yeah, if he's not,
office.
yeah, like because he's getting so old and not mentally right to be president. I wouldn't want her to be president, but still, where the fuck is she
Why
been?
not?
I haven't seen her.
Why not? I like Harris.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Oh, I know why. Because you
We don't see her anywhere. We don't see her doing anything.
I see her helping the school a couple of times. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I see a couple of times. That's it. Maybe I could be president someday.
Yeah,
Gregory for
do
president.
it.
Gregory and Indiana and the God vice president.
Sent you a text, Greg.
Oh yeah. I think I don't want to be president. I don't want a headache.
So this is just, I don't know. I really hope that her coming up was able to help her a little bit, but it's gonna have to be something else a lot worse. Something. Make sure that motherfucker can't fucking go live. Ban him from fucking YouTube. It sounded like his internet was going down, so. Oh, Jane, I think that was probably his kids probably eating or doing something. Buying. Sounded like chips. I could be wrong. Oh, he said his phone was overheating, so.
Thanks, Minton. Gregory for president. 2024.
Definitely.
Nah. I want less than one month.
All right, fine. We'll change it, okay? We'll change it. Gregory for president, 2028.
Okay. And then you go be you and you go be my vice president.
What, you're gonna make your boyfriend the goat, the vice president?
You go for the goat. I would never forget that now.
What? Won't forget what?
You remember that short? Remember the video I sent to you? The short video last night.
It didn't go through.
What about the comma?
Yeah, it didn't go through.
Okay, the camera group was fighting each other at the house.
Yeah, I never saw it.
Okay, that was not my video. I was only joking. That was Nightmare from TikTok. You know, I was telling you it was my video to see what you think about. You know.
Yeah.
It was Nightmare artist.
Okay.
Man, you know this is suck. What about what happened? This is fucking wrong. You know?
Yeah.
I just want to get promise me. Keep a piece of him for me. Oh my god. Well, good thing she came up and discussed it a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Because when you
you know how when you stop alive, we can still talk to each other.
Yeah.
I think that would be better for just have us, so she feels more comfortable. You can start a live. You can start a live and then tell everybody, "Hey, I'm sorry, but we got to drop this live." Then then all three of us could talk. But
everybody, it's good when you talk. When you talk, take it out. Of your frustration. It's a lot better. Good thing she did that. I bet she now feeling a little better.
I really hope she feels better.
Yeah.
She doesn't deserve any of that bullshit.
Oh, Jimmy make a good point. She said we need to just step back and let her decide if she wants our help. That's right.
Yeah, like I said, she needs. It's it's how she feels. It's how she feels. We don't try to push anybody to do anything. It's up to them.
I didn't even know that it's happened to her like that. I didn't even know it happened in YouTube. I know it's happened to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Oh, it happens in YouTube all the freaking time.
Probably, maybe I never saw it because I'm new.
No, it's not that. It's just other channels that we never heard of because we're searching for them and we're not looking up for different types of subjects and shit like that. Like right now, I only know people from the 1A and all that stuff, and
yeah,
but I'm not subbed to a bunch of other channels that talk
when
about
I tell all about those 2 or 3 channels, the PDF, then it's stuff, because you do your research first. You say, I don't care, but when you look at the video, you research like I do, and in the beginning, it's always that person that says, let me try.
You still you want to finish that video, Jane?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna watch the video.
Hey, we still have to figure out. We still have to figure out why you don't get audio when you try to do it.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird.
Unless it's your TV volume.
What's the movie?
Your TV volume. Oh, you don't want to watch what we were watching earlier?
No, I see like they're watching that movie. What movie? Oh, you mean that Predator guy? What about the murder?
Finish it. See if it gets convicted.
To the fact that their lies and manipulation can harm others. After the staged kidnapping failed to win Emma back, Riley conjured up a new plan and put it into action the following morning, Saturday, November 19th. The infamous masked man, dressed in all black. Emma was so terrified she'd later tell her friend she thought she was going to die.
So you went to the backyard, check, see if you saw anything? Yeah. How do you get in the backyard?
A good question here, seeing as how detectives know that a shot was fired into the house from the backyard.
There's off to the right side of her house, there's a gate that has no lock. You can just open up the latches and move it.
Detectives are effectively establishing Riley's familiarity with Emma's house and yard layout, which supports the establishment of ability, knowledge, and opportunity to commit the crime. Riley's knowledge of where to shoot in order to strike or frighten Emma is an important piece of evidence related to his ability to carry out the crime. Of course, by the time Riley arrived, the masked man was conveniently nowhere to be found. Around that very time, Emma's mother returned home.
Her mom pulled up. Mom saw me there. And her parents aren't fond of me, so she just saw me and told me to leave. And I was coming up to the car. I was like, I'm not here to harass her. I was just here because she called for help.
Here are some more authentic displays of Riley's nonverbals. We can be fairly certain this happened just as he said it, and his gestures are less restrained and more spontaneous. As well, they easily match up with what he's saying.
Her parents didn't care for me at all.
What was that?
Because of the first time we broke up, I had cheated on her. And her parents never forgave me for that, even when she did. And they never let us have an actual relationship for the remainder of the time we were together. After that, that's when I went back over to Noah's house.
Do you have your phone with you?
I do not.
Oh, man. I'd like to see that text message from him, just so I can get it.
I don't. After that, I deleted everything.
Okay.
Because I don't want any. I just don't want to think about it.
But clearly, there was a motive behind the act. It wasn't just a case of attempting to spare himself the painful memories of the love he'd once had and lost. The inspiration behind it was something much more calculated. He wanted to hide the contents of his conversations with Emma and didn't want to leave behind any information related to his whereabouts on the night she was killed. Or maybe the text messages never even happened, and Riley is claiming to have deleted them to explain the absence of messages. It would later be found that another one of Emma's friends had witnessed Riley roaming the neighborhood that morning, dressed in all black. After these most recent failed attempts to lure Emma back into his clutches, Riley had come to a crossroads. Emma had drawn the line in the sand. She was done, once and for all. Riley, it seems, was faced with two choices. For one, he could choose to move on with his own life, just as Emma planned to do. Then there was the other option.
Growing your YouTube channel isn't hard, but most content creators do it wrong. The old methods don't work.
Just 2 days later, his decision would be reflected in an utterly horrendous act. You probably recall Riley's story of how Sunday night played out. Well, there was more to it than he'd originally led the detectives to believe. In fact, he'd failed to include the most crucial details about Monday's earliest hours.
But you said Sunday night that you left Noah's around 11.
Yeah.
You went back to campus. You said you got there around 11:45.
Called Emma from Mac's phone.
From Mac's phone.
Riley had borrowed a phone from his friend Max Siegel, also a football player at Maryville College, because Emma had either blocked his number or refused to answer his calls. Coincidentally, one of the friends who took Riley to the hospital for treatment a week or two earlier, after his attempt to take his own life. Oftentimes, people who are highly manipulative and controlling in relationships will make or fake an attempt to take their life as a means of trying to manipulate and control their partner. This is truly the ultimate form of emotional manipulation. This was the point where Riley realized he'd have to log out of his grandmother's computer in order to access his college email, or so he said. Then Riley's story took a peculiar detour, a poor attempt to explain away an account of a very suspicious alleged conversation that had made its way back to detectives.
You get back to the dorm, you said around 12:15.
Yeah, my dorm.
Mm-hmm. Walker's there.
Yes.
So how do you have a conversation when you come in at 12:15 about how to get fingerprints off?
No, it wasn't a conversation with him. I walked in there and I was about to get on my laptop, so I was in there for maybe 5 minutes and then realized that I had to go back to log myself out of my Maryville College email address.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, hey, I have this rifle or whatever. He was like, do you know how to get smudges and stuff off like the barrel, the handle, the butt, all that? And I was like, what do you mean smudges? And he was like your fingerprints, like the oil and dirt and all that. And I was like, I don't know.
Riley has made a poor attempt to establish an alternate set of facts in order to cover up the conversation about removing fingerprints on a firearm. However, detectives likely believe they have established Riley's knowledge of guilt. Despite the fact that Riley was in a state of despair after the phone call with Emma hadn't gone well, He took the time to research the question further.
And when I called Noah upset about that, I told Noah on the phone, I said, when I asked him that question, he was like, it's a really sketchy question to ask. And I was like, I know, but you're the first person on the phone, so I figured I would just ask you.
Detectives had to have detected deception in that far-fetched tale. Of course, they let that one go for the time being and continued with Riley's account of that fateful Monday morning.
And then you went back to your grandparents?
Yes, to log out of their laptop.
He hides his hands in his pocket here, a gesture intended to give someone a sense of comfort and safety in a situation that is clearly becoming increasingly more stressful.
Got back to campus around 1 and you said you sat in the car and wept for 2 or 3 hours?
Yeah, just cried.
And why was that?
I just kept it because I knew she wasn't going to come back, and I've always gotten her to come back in the past, and I was just, she blocked me on everything, so I couldn't send her anything. The only thing I could send her messages on was Twitter. That's when I told you I sent that message around 1.
Yeah, just do that shit.
I just told her how much I loved her and that I was sorry that she didn't want what we had anymore, and I hope that she was going to do great things in the future.
It appears that Riley is picking at his nails here, which is a grooming gesture. Grooming behaviors alone are not a definite sign of deception, but they do indicate that the person may be feeling uncomfortable and is trying to release some anxiety, possibly because they're lying. Despite Riley saying how much he loved Emma, there's no emotion in his voice to support this, and he hasn't expressed any interest in finding out what happened to her.
And I told her I was going to leave her alone after that.
But there was one more thing he had to do before he'd leave her alone.
Is there anybody saw you in your car?
Not that I know of. I was looking at my phone all the time, looking at pictures of us.
For 3 hours?
2.5 maybe. I just sat there and cried. I've done that before.
This window of time supposedly spent in his car is a convenient explanation of his whereabouts for those 3 hours, which we know was precisely the time that Emma was killed in her room. Also convenient is the fact that no one saw him because he was alone in his car. So a roommate, for instance, can't be questioned later and asked when Riley returned to the dorm that night. Riley, the master manipulator, is using his go-to tactic, his supposed emotional distress. The detective then deferred to his partner and asked if he had any questions. However, Riley was wise to the tactic.
They were playing the good cop, bad cop, bro. They legit, I didn't know cops actually did that shit, and they do. Because the one that was being decent was asking me all the questions, and then when he was done, he'd be like, do you have any questions? And then the guy would just be like, yeah, I was just wondering why you're a little foggy on who you're with, and you seem like you're kind of lying to it. And I was like, I'm not lying.
Yet it didn't quite unfold like Riley had described.
They say money can't buy happiness. Look at that.
You made a great video, but what if no one watches it?
You work at Eagles, did you not?
Yes.
Have you ever had any disturbance or anything with her at Eagles?
Disturbances.
Have y'all ever gotten a fight in the parking lot or anything like that?
Yeah, I don't remember what day, but it was a week, maybe a week and a half ago. I met her when she was going to work because she had done the same thing she'd been doing. She'd been blocking me, telling me that she was done. And I went there and I told her I was trying to just get her to reason with me.
Then the bad cop has a few more pertinent questions for Riley.
And every time I've talked to somebody, the gun has come up, the Eagles and Eagles apartment. You turn there with a gun, they're saying that I may have a gun and I don't want nobody else to have you or anything like that?
Not in the Eagles parking lot.
Not there, but have you done that before then?
No, I've never done that.
Why does people say that you may have a gun?
I don't know.
They're your friends. They're your boys. They're your peeps. Why would they keep telling me that you have a gun? Help me understand that. So is Alex, Isaac, and Noah your three best friends?
3 of them, yes.
Y'all pretty. So you spent the weekend with Noah, correct?
We're close.
Okay.
Yes.
Are they liars? Are they dishonest?
Everybody's a liar.
No, not necessarily.
Everybody lies. I don't know why they would lie or why they got that common misconception that I.
Would one of them have it?
The gun?
Yeah.
No.
You don't think one of them had?
No.
Would somebody in your circle have it?
Nobody could get to it. My grandfather always kept it under his car or under the bed.
Naturally, Riley wasn't pleased that his friends had disclosed information about the gun they knew he had in his possession. His displeasure is clearly reflected in a text message thread between him and his friend Alex, shortly after Riley's only interview took place. "Why did you tell him about the gun?" Riley asks Alex. "They think I shot her because of it. Please text me back." Among Alex's replies, "If you didn't do anything, you have nothing to hide. Why did you tell me you were trying to get rid of the gun? You lied and said you already gave it back to your grandpa." Then, that evening, Riley followed up with some questionable legal counsel for both Alex and Noah.
What I'm saying is if I have to go to court in front of a grand jury or anything and you have to testify, or if the cops come and talk to you again, whenever you talk to them, just be like, you were too afraid to tell them that you were on acid because you thought you were going to get in trouble.
No, that's true. I would never mention that,
Yeah, and if anything about that gun, just say, I must have misunderstood or something because I was tripping balls. I really don't know what was going on. He was just, like, Riley was just complaining to me about some stuff. I guess I thought I heard something about a gun, and his grandfather thinking that he took it. You know, if you tell them you're on LSD, you were drunk, and you were high, your mind was altered. Whatever statement you give them wasn't a straightforward answer. If you just tell them that you were on acid, high, and drunk, and just you didn't really understand what I was saying, you just kind of went along with it. I just told them I was the only sober person here. And I guess I'll talk to Isaac because Isaac's going to be sketchy about that too, with telling the cops that he was on the drug, but I'll talk to him another time.
The detectives decide it's time to confront Riley. It's obvious he isn't being forthcoming with them, and they definitely aren't convinced by his elaborate lies. They apply more pressure as they lay it all out for him.
We have a gun that belongs to your grandfather that is missing. Okay? We have all your friends saying that you've been talking about this gun. We have one of your friends saying that he saw you with the gun, that you showed him the gun, and that you told him you got it from your grandfather. Okay?
Okay.
I find it hard to believe that these guys are just making this up.
I don't have anything else to say. I've told you the truth from me. So that's, if it's going to be the same question, that's the same answer.
Riley is clearly frustrated at this point, but he sticks with his original story and remains consistent. In a last-ditch effort to get more from Riley, the detectives divulge a bit of what they've found so far.
We recovered some rounds, and those rounds happen to match the same type of ammunition that your grandfather uses in his gun.
So you do know how she died?
And I didn't say that. I said that we have recovered some rounds, and those rounds are the same type of rounds that your grandfather uses in his gun.
Look at his hand movement. Even while in his pocket, his hands shift up to cover his stomach when he's told the bullets match his grandfather's gun. When someone finds themselves in a vulnerable situation, they may put their hands over their stomach to comfort themselves and feel more protected. When a suspect doesn't show a level of concern that is appropriate for the situation, detectives will see this as a red flag. While it's true that people may handle grief and difficult news differently, having a complete lack of reaction to finding out the cause of your loved one's unexpected death would be unusual for someone who is innocent. Riley's focus throughout the interrogation has remained on himself, and he hasn't expressed any interest in finding out what happened to the girl he supposedly loved. Of course, we're now aware that he knows exactly what happened to Emma.
If I am able to find your grandfather's gun, then I can match that to these rounds that I found and determine whether or not that gun and these rounds are actually from the same place. So help me.
I'm helping you.
Okay.
I don't know.
I understand that.
But Riley sticks to his story.
Your timeline, while it's somewhat consistent, still has holes in it.
There's one major hole in his story.
You say you sat in the car for 3 hours and wept?
Yeah,
let me ask you, did you call anybody during that time? Any friends or family or anything like that?
Of course, Riley can't recall for sure. He'd have to take a look at his cell phone, which conveniently is not on him at this time. But with the help of local cell towers, Riley's path during those 3 hours is traced, and the findings completely destroy his story. Riley left campus slightly before 12:15 a.m., just as he'd stated. However, he didn't return until approximately 4:20 a.m. At the time Emma's death was estimated to have occurred, roughly around 3 a.m., Riley was clearly in the vicinity of Emma's home, nowhere near the college campus. This evidence is difficult to refute, to say the least. As the interview is coming to a close, the bad cop drops one more bombshell on Riley.
Outside that house today, the house was shot up a couple rounds. All right. The rounds that were found out there, hold on. Okay. The rounds that were found out there came from your grandfather's gun.
I don't know where the gun's at.
Well, who would want to shoot that? Who would want to take your grandfather's gun and take it to that house and shoot at that house?
I do not know where the gun is.
Do you know anybody who'd want to do that?
I don't know anyone that would ever want to hurt that girl.
Riley's detachment and lack of feeling for Emma is evidenced in the way he repeatedly refers to her as that girl, rather than using her name. This also allows him to distance himself from her. Riley remains unaffected by the pressure and is very confident, so much so that it almost seems as if this is something he's familiar with. Though Riley may appear unaffected by the pressure, he's rubbing his face, which is generally considered to be a self-soothing behavior. Then the detective proposes a potential explanation.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that he's trying to hurt her. Maybe somebody's trying to scare her or something. I'm not saying that that's what's happened over there. I'm saying that the house was shot.
No, I don't know anyone that would want to do that.
The detective seems to be trying to provide Riley with a way out, a possible explanation that he can use, because it's likely easier for Riley to confess that he was trying to scare Emma, rather than confessing to intentionally trying to shoot her. The detective is probably hoping that Riley will find himself cornered, and then ultimately confess to this less severe explanation of Emma's death. Make a mental note of the detective's explanation.
Maybe somebody's trying to scare her or something. I'm not saying that that's what's happened over there.
You'll see that it will surface again shortly. At this point, the detectives have found themselves between a rock and a hard place. They're not gaining any ground. The interview is concluded. Riley seems confident that he's outmaneuvered the detectives, as if he already has this one in the bag.
Resurrection, boy. Restore the kingdom.
You just have to rise to the occasion.
I have a challenge for all of you. Go to every computer in your house, your mom's, your dad's, your sister, your brother's computer, and...
They interrogated me for 2.5 hours. If they could, they would have arrested me already.
Riley is likely feeling confident that as long as he gets rid of the gun, the detectives won't have enough evidence to convict him. He may have an inflated sense of self-esteem and believe he can outsmart the police and even get away with murder. However, as he sits on this very sofa before two of his closest friends and feeds them false information to relay to law enforcement, there's much more going on behind the scenes than he could ever imagine. The sting operation was carried out Tuesday night, just one day after Emma was murdered, and Riley was questioned. As you heard, everything went down as planned, and the operation proved to be a success. When the trial rolled around in May of 2018, Riley and his attorneys adopted a creative defense. You probably recall this.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that he's trying to hurt her. Maybe somebody's trying to scare her or something. I'm not saying that that's what's happened over there. I'm saying that the house was shot.
No, I don't know anyone that would want to do that.
Well, according to his attorney, Riley had never intended to harm Emma. The 2 gunshots that pierced the exterior walls of her home were simply another attempt to scare Emma, in hopes she'd reach out to him for help once again. He never intended to shoot her, they claimed. In the end, though, the jury found no credibility in the defense. Riley was found guilty of stalking, theft, reckless endangerment, possession of a firearm during a dangerous felony, and, of course, first-degree murder. And in Tennessee, a first-degree murder conviction is accompanied by an automatic life sentence. In keeping with her thoughtful nature, March 24th will remain Emma Walker Day in Knoxville. It will remain a time to recall the happy memories and perform random acts of kindness in memory of a kind soul whose life was cut far too short.
Hey, Greg, you there? Greg. Gregory.
Yeah, I'm here.
Are you there? Okay.
Yes.
Well, do you want to end your stream?
Huh?
Do you want to end your live stream?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Hope everybody has a good night.
Okay, thank you guys. Thank you. Come tomorrow.
Bye-bye. Thanks for all your
Bye.
support Hey Honey.
Yeah, same here.